everybody. 안녕하세요. How are we all doing? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night. Hello, hello, hello. It is Wednesday evening, May 20th, 10:06 p.m. in Eastern Daylight Times. Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing? Hello. It's creepy. I was out touching grass with my parents, okay? Sorry I can't cater to all your needs, okay, buds? Hi, Shaq. Hello, Cry. Hi, View. Hi, Colin. Hi, Sully. Hi, Jace. Hi, Stag. Hi, Elias. Hi, Boat. Hello, Hello, hello. Hi. Did I say Bastion? I think I did. Hi, Frank. Hi, Kuching. Hi, Weeb. Hello, Casty. Hello, you. Hi, Zellos. Hello to all the lurkers and all to the VOD watchers. Hello, hello. Had a good time. It was good. I will say I am drinking milk right now because there's a really good milk drink near the place we had dinner. So I'm lactose intolerant, and that's okay. That's okay. Maybe I'll be pooping my brains out tonight, and that's okay. Hello. How was grass? It was good. It's good. We had Korean. Went to this Korean place we haven't been to before. It was okay. I had the army stew, and then it was too much for me, and I didn't finish. I don't know why that's going live now. No, same thing. I know. She's drinking it for us. I don't think. Ew, I don't like that. No, I think there must be, because there must be people who like pee and people who like poop, but there must not be people. I don't think there must be people who like diarrhea. They probably it's probably pee haters hate poo lovers. Oh, sorry, pee lovers hate poo lovers, and poo lovers hate pee lovers. But they mutually they band together against people who like diarrhea if they exist. Sorry, has it been 5 minutes yet? Okay, it's not coming out. Tweet. What do you mean? As long as it's worth the trip. True. Milk more mix. That's where that's not how that works at all. You and your milk, you never learn. Nipa. Welcome to the Sheer Soul Club. There's never a niche too small. Why is Rina talking about scat? Not to be scat specifically. Scat adds such a sexual overtone to it, you know? Maybe people just like the concept of waste. Excrement. Hello, Hebby. Are you sure about that? I'm not sure about anything. I love poo. Love that silly bear. True. There's probably a Winnie the Pooh dating sim, since the license lapsed or whatever, so now everybody can use it, so probably. Do you think people shipped? Yeah, they did. I'm gonna look it up right now. How many fanfics do you think there are of Christopher Robin / Winnie the Pooh on Archive of Our Own? Let's just take a gander. Let's take a gander and see how many there are, right? How many do you think there are? Christopher Robin? No, I was looking for the character, Christopher Robin. Okay, let's see if he's shipped with Pooh. Yup. Oh no, there's okay, there's a fanfic that has okay. Okay. Kenga could get it. Down, but true. I mean, is she a MILF? Is Kenga a MILF? Hi! Hi, Kaminsky. Welcome. Do you think a Kenga from Winnie the Pooh was a MILF? Just wondering. Sephiroth / Winnie the Pooh? This one's a joke for sure, right? That's a joke, yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Winnie the Pooh. A lot of stuff going on here. A lot of stuff. Wow. I actually don't see any, Okay, I gotta look at the relationships. Yeah, but she comes with some extra baggage. Well, she has a kid. I think it's crazy if you're into MILFs and you don't expect her to have kids. Of course she's gonna have kids. I gave your voice pack a listen. Fantastic work with it. Really love when you go and kid. Oh, yay! I'm glad you liked it. I was a bit worried. It was because it's really intense, so I wasn't really sure. It's a little different from usual. I don't think it's like I said before, I don't think it's super GFE, but I thought it was fun to show a different side for once, you know? You know? Is it Pooh in Chinese allegory form? I don't know what that you mean by that. Why is it freaking out so much? I don't know. Okay, is this let's see if there's only 8 fanfics with this tag. I think there's only 8 fanfics with this tag of Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh. So I don't think people actually ship them. Wow. Disney owns Star Wars, so Winnie the Pooh is canon to Kingdom Hearts, technically. But Star Wars isn't in the Kingdom Hearts games. Winnie the Pooh is. This is true. So we want to drop into the Hunger Wicked hello there. I don't know. I've never seen the prequel movie, so I don't even know. Why is your evil arm tweaking? I don't know. It must be sensing evil nearby. Are you guys evil spirits by any chance? Took me 3 hours to get through because I could only listen to a few minutes at a time before my face got too hot to continue. Was it? I thought it was just kind of scary, mostly. He was kind of a sexless being. It is true. It's like how I was saying with the Amazing Digital Circus. I don't know how they have sex because you've seen all their bits and they don't have private parts. So I don't know what's going on there. But I guess, and then like I was thinking, I'm like with like the, why is it tweaking? With like Winnie the Pooh, he doesn't wear pants, so you kind of know what he's got going on. Let up seeing Star Wars and KH4. If Lucasfilm will let them. I know Lucasfilm is owned by Disney now, but I don't know. I feel like as time goes on, they give less respect to the KH franchises because they didn't even lend any of their Square Enix characters to 3. So, sorry, I'll leave. Why are you leaving? Looks like my evil arm. Oh, because you're an evil spirit. But trust me, Kavinsky, you're one of the least evils here. Please, Mr. Robin, please give me your honey. Are you using Pooh as a stand-in for Xi Jinping? I don't think so. Although that would get archived or banned twice over in China. It's already banned in China. I'm definitely not an evil sprite, maybe haunted by one. Oh. Like Yowie? Like Yowie? I'm terribly evil. Isn't he canonically full of stuff? Is he? Like, he says that, but I don't know if he's altogether there. He's technically an actual bear, right? None of them are actual. I don't know. I've never seen Pooh get injured or like ripped in half. It was more scary, yeah, but it was also like the animators. I like your voice a lot. So, yay! Yippee! Jaw drippings do the gritty to Mushu. As if they would. Mushu doesn't exist anymore. It's all about the live action Mulan, baby. You get a weird phoenix that only appears in a few scenes or nothing. Pooh was a resourceful bear and he was looking forward to showing. Pooh was a resourceful bear and he was looking forward to showing Christopher Robin what he would do for some honey. What about Xi Jinping as Obi-Wan? Like, be careful. You guys are very quickly plummeting all of our social credits. Word of warning, the finale 2 days got leaked using voice. Yes, you know what's funny? Somebody DM'd me telling me to be careful because the finale for Digital Circus got leaked. I'm hoping I don't see it. I bought my ticket to go see it on June 4th, so we'll see. I banned in China in any cases. Yeah. No, I saw the video. I've seen video essays talking about it. I've seen them talking about it. It's very sweet of you. It's just simply true. There are more evils here. My social credit was already low. It's okay. It'll get reset when you go to. It'll get reset when you go to China. You get to start a new slate. Does China like immigrants? Are they pro-immigration or anti-immigration? They already have a high population. I don't know. I actually have no idea what their immigration policy is. Is it easy to get Chinese citizenship for non-Chinese people? Woods with the wild donkey, tiger, kangaroo, and bear. Woods with the wild donkey, tiger, kangaroo, and bear. It is odd, the assortment of animals there. But wasn't it based off it? It wasn't the original writer basing it off of like something for their son or something? But they don't even like other Chinese people. Well, yes, but how do they feel about immigration? Probably not used to immigrate. I don't know. Like, Japan is super anti-immigration lately. They've not always been super great about it to begin with, but now they're even more so with the new government. When does the season of social credit end? I need to get my points up. Is it reset? Is it like Danganronpa? Is it like not Danganronpa, but some sort of like quiz show? Not quiz show. Sorry, some game show. At the end of the social credit season, the 10,000 people with the lowest social credit get killed, like live on screen. It depends on your economic class. They don't really care that much, honestly. I see. Like you said, Shadow. I thought, of course, he does love Latinos. So crazy. You make whatever story you want in the original book. True. I'm just curious about the origins, you know. What is the 100 Acre Woods tax policy? Do they even? I mean, they all live in the 100 Acre Woods. Is the 100 Acre Woods like a free land, or is it like crown land, or is it just like a place that is near Christopher Robin's house? I don't know that much about the lore, or is it just like a magical nebulous place? It's actually far more lax in America. It's funny because America does. Isn't it funny because America does technically actually have social credit, or not social credit? You guys just have your tax. What's it called? Your credit score, which actually does actually affect your ability to buy houses and cars and everything. So, sitting under a tree against the base. I'd rather be sitting under a tree against the base, or laying in the tree sipping tea, or in a dancing pose with some weapon. These are all very different. Do you mean like what I would prefer to be doing, or do you think or is there some sort of work that is being created? street sweeping team seems kind of fun and indulgent. Indulgent? He's back here. AK Pierce. Oh, so Christopher Robin's got that kind of... Christopher Robin's got land in England, hey? Imagine a road for based on the wood behind his house. Oh, so it is on his property. So, oh my god, is Christopher Robin a landlord? Imagine Christopher Robin gets... he becomes an adult and he just gets really into... He gets really into, like sovereign land or sovereign... like owning your land or whatever, and he evicts the animals because they don't pay rent. His parents are. They entered through the tree, or am I making up memories? Did they? I think they kind of... No, they entered in a storybook in Kingdom Hearts. Remember something like that too, Jason. Interesting. My god, of course he's a goddamn English colonial reading over here. Isn't that just all English works? All English words have a baseline colonial view to it, I feel. Why is it freaking out like that? It's only ever my left arm pulsing too. Okashiya, the Commonwealth must grow. Was Winnie the Pooh published after World War I? Or is it much later than that? It has World War I vibes, a little bit. Oh my god, Christopher Robin has to go to boarding school or military school, and he has to join the army and for World War I, and he comes back scarred and with a lot of fucked up trauma and PTSD. That's one of my favorite genres of English novels because a lot of them are really homoerotic. They poo-skadooded into the bookify. Poo-skadooed. Is that in the Fortnite dance? Hell no. Pooh got banished from the 100 because he couldn't provide the commune. As if the 100 Acre Woods would be a commune. I think in between the wars. Oh, boarding skull. Boarding skull. Sounds like it's like. Oh, I'm trying to work on some alchemy. Yeah, boy. 1926. Oh, that is actually kind of shortly after World War I, right? I feel like there was a story of fucked up war PTSD related to Winnie the Pooh. Probably. But, you know, I think the fucked up war PTSD stories were probably like the edgy, like, fix of their day, you know? Kind of is. Oh, it might be a response. I guess you only have two paths when you have war PTSD. Yeah. This Blue's Clues. Oh, and Steve. Oh, Blue's Skidoo. Oh, yeah! Oh my god, I forgot. You unlocked it for, like, an old memory. I forgot that completely. Oh my god. Childhood. Sorry, I was just thinking of my childhood. I was trying to remember any weird shows that I watched, but I'd watched a lot of anime and then a lot of adult cartoons that I should not have been watching. But some kids' cartoons too. A lot of ones that were for like Heaven TV, like Heaven network programs, so I don't think you guys would know them, but Blue and Magenta are girlfriends. Yes. Correct. Simply correct. Just get into the next scene. Waka waka waka. Oh my god, I was thinking about something in the car and then I was gonna tell you guys and I forgot. Well, a cartoons I shouldn't have been watching. Yeah, I mean the thing is like I think that I had a lot of unsupervised access to television and internet that I probably shouldn't have, but I think that turned out okay. I actually genuinely believe that my generation turned out okay with our unfiltered access to television and internet, but that's because it was a different place. I think children now should not have unfiltered access to internet and media because they don't have the skills to navigate it. Like, I think that the stuff that they have access to now is gonna destroy their brains even crazier than the stuff we saw. Like, yeah, I might have seen some gore. I might have seen some weird porn. I might have even seen Gorn. But I turned out okay. So, you know? I was watching Rina's Good Do Stay Rock. A few Heaven cartoons made their way down to the States, but they weren't super common. I figure, right? I miss you, Rina. Ooh, please don't schedule I do that shit all the time. Oh, actually, no. The latest I post the schedules are usually Tuesday. I try to do Sunday, but sometimes Monday. My parents barked all the time, so I watch anything I want. Exactly. Unsupervised, baby. That being Gen Z. Yeah, because I'm 21, right? True. We took damage, but pales by comparison to Gen Z. Well, because, like, I think that genuinely it's rotting their brains, the stuff that they're watching. The stuff I was watching was not rotting my brains. It was just, like, giving me trauma in different sectors of my brain, you know? And that's way more dangerous nowadays than it was 20 years ago. Hi, Furcon! Yeah, it's not just the fact that, like, the stuff that they have, like, the freaking... Excuse me. Cocoa melon brain rot is like genuinely not teaching them anything and possibly it's disrupting their natural development of their brains. But also, I think that it's like there's too many scary things on the internet right now. Too scary movements, scary places that they can get. Scary ideologies that they can fall into as well. Just a lot of stuff going on. Since I look back and oh boy, yep. We should not know about Mr. Hands at a young age, and yet we do. The edge rule. Well, I'm dancing my brain down turned fun, right? That remains to be seen. You have a few years left in your brain development. That scheduled 9 tweet was it crazy? I thought it was normal and funny. I thought it was just a normal tweet. Prefrontal cortex rot. Yeah. Did you see that article recently that was floating around talking about how? But I think it made such a basic observation that I think it's pretty obvious. It was like, oh, they tested students who like typed notes for regarding a lecture versus students who wrote like with handwriting the lecture, and obviously the students who wrote with their hand by hand remembered more, and it lit up more areas of their brain, whereas I think it lit up all areas of their brain supposedly, and if you typed the answers or whatever, or typed the notes, then nothing lit up. But that's obvious. I think back, like when you guys were back in school, if you're still in school, when I was studying, if I really wanted to remember something, I would write it. I would like retype my notes, and then I would also write it by hand. And I would also like the more methods, like the more senses that you use to study with, then the better you remember something, because you just have a different memory of those different parts. So it just makes sense. I'm like, is this a new observation? I was looking at 4chan when I was 12, and I was so deathly afraid being called out, so I didn't post until I was 18. That's what it should be like! And I think that's what the kids are missing. They're missing the fear of God, that if they find out you're a child, well, for one, they should be afraid that if they find out a child, they'll be groomed. But second of all, they need to be afraid that if people find out they're a child, they'll get made fun of. And kids these days are just posting willy-nilly, being unafraid of being bullied. And I think that's not right. A little public shame goes a long way. And I just mean a little public shame. I don't mean death threats and telling them to unalive themselves. I think that's too far. I think just a little bit of public bullying. I started to watch whatever I wanted, but the one thing my mom didn't want me watching was soaps. Are soap operas bad for you? Do you think they rot your brain, or do you think you can learn something from soap operas? I don't know. I only watched a little bit from behind my sister's head, but it's hilarious, but still, I didn't think it was crazy. You asked to beg, so I'm assuming the response to the two is exactly, well, not enough if you begged, to be honest, but people just chat GPT the notes now, so it'd be more efficient. Oh my god, I was looking at a thing at work that a company sent us, and there was a link in it. You know when you click on links and they have the tracker info after the question mark or the SI part of it, and it tells you, it's so that the people who wrote the whatever thing, the email or whatever, can tell where the source is from. One of the links for a thing that a company sent us, the source was ChatGPT. Like the source tracker said it's from ChatGPT. I was like, what the fuck? What does that mean? Do you mean you wrote this all from ChatGPT? Hello? Back bullying, just like light bullying, not the kind that makes them die, you know? It's just confirming assumptions. That's true, I guess. You do have to do a lot. You should do a lot of tests to confirm things that you believe. Chatbots encouraging mass latency. Yeah, it's even worse. The kids' brains are not thinking. I didn't even know. I think I talked about this on stream before, but I was watching this TikTok where someone was trying to get their classmates to read like these words that were kind of complicated, and they couldn't read them because I didn't know that they phased out phonics from school. I don't understand why. They were like saying how the kids nowadays are learning whole word reading, where you just have to know what the word sounds like. How does that make any sense? Why wouldn't you break down the word? That's the easiest. Why wouldn't you make it piecemeal? I don't understand. Being an adult and growing into one means understanding there are social consequences, and that includes being in a place where you're not welcome and play football. That's what I'm saying. See, Sully, that's totally what I'm saying. I'm not saying that these kids should be bullied for no reason. I'm saying that if they're in an adult space, they need to know the consequences of the things that will happen. And they should learn that they will be made fun of for being a child. Because you are still just a pupa. I used to watch Asternauts when I was a kid, and some of my relations have been watching it. I guess I do have like sex scenes and stuff, but they're not usually that deep graphic. But I don't know. My parents did do the thing, older siblings did do the thing where if we're watching something and there's like a sex scene coming on, they cover the TV, or if like, I have to leave the room for a bit. Honestly, I never saw the sex scene in Titanic until I was like an adult, I think. Today I learned you had a sister. I only ever heard about your brother. Oh yeah, I have 2 brothers actually, and an older sister. My bullies put me in a dog cage on a trampoline. I turned out fine. We can breathe. They put you in a dog cage on a trampoline? You wouldn't, at least the trampoline wouldn't have killed you. I think it probably would have been you hitting your head on something in the dog cage, probably violently. But at least you wouldn't have, like, you know, ripped your arm off by getting stuck between the springs, I guess. They got rid of phonics? Apparently. I mean, to be fair, that's how you learn logographic languages. Is English a logographic language? But that's not, but no, English is not. English is totally phonetic. For the most part. Yes, it steals a bunch of bullshit from other languages, and Germanic and other stuff, which is why it's horrible in some things. But the basics of teaching anything is that you teach them a set of rules, and then to help them facilitate the learning. And then later on, you break those rules. When did phonics graduate? Allegedly, it's been like that for a while now in the public education system. Hi, Rina's a Team Street Title threat. Hi, Kaya. Welcome. It always is with me. Yeah. If Rina is not threatening you guys, that means she doesn't love you. Have I not shown you the video? So I've tweeted at you before. Which one? You in a dog cage and trampoline. I feel like you've mentioned this before. The phrase being in a dog cage on a trampoline really like tickles something in my brain. So I think you must have shown me. It doesn't make sense for English since it uses letters. You mean the phonics or do you mean the logographic part? Are you saying you hate me? I think I've threatened all of you as a whole collectively before, for sure, in the chat. I'm not... wow, how parasocial. You guys want individualized, personalized threats to you, huh? A little bit parasocial, isn't it, Andy? Isn't it, Michael? Isn't it, John? Isn't it, Steven? Isn't it... Pedro? I don't know what I'm saying. Shelly sees this as a hole. You betcha. You're your daddy's little hole, aren't you? Yeah. So like a pictorial, quote unquote pictorial language like Chinese, you have to do a hole. But English it literally has a system that has sounds and rules towards them. I mean, same thing with Korean. Although Korean, I still have trouble learning Korean, but whatever. I'm sure nothing bad could ever happen with such a thing. You're sick. You're sick, and you should feel sick. Can you guess what my first name is? Jason. Keep fishing. Isn't it Jamiroquai? I don't like how you leaned into that. Well, yeah, I'm a bit of a sick pervert. I'm a disgusting pervert. Just look at me. Just look at me. Why do you think I wanted this 3D model? You think it was so I could fully express myself better and have more features with another dimension? No, it's so I can do sex joke. Well, hold on. Sex joke. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Hold on. 大家好，沈むように Table content when you just repeat every potential first name. I'm just going on babynames.com and reading out all the potential names. But it's also racist because it doesn't have any names that are not generic, like, English names. Jason, historically, you're not wrong. My teacher in my school taught me to sound words out, and I think it helped. That's what I'm saying! Bring back phonics! Why are you making kids try to memorize a whole word? They're not gonna know what it looks like. Jesus Christ. It's not that intensifies. Harper Parkinson's is acting. You're so rude to me. You're so rude, and you will die on July 17th, 2037. Renaissance lore. Renaissance lore? Is that race? Oh, with the names. I see. Why? It doesn't always have to be racism. I'm not the... Guys, I know you guys think that I am the source of all racism in the world, but I promise you that back in the day, before the backrooms were made, when they got on those little ships and they went around the entire world and they spread their teachings, I wasn't there. I wasn't on those boats. Not even the boat where they had to pair animals 2 by 2. I was not on that boat either. I was not on any kind of boat. Okay? I've never even been on a real boat. I've only ever been on little ferries, you know? I should have paragon of racism. No, you mixed it up. You mixed it up. I'm the paragon of wisdom. I know it gets a little bit messy sometimes. They sound similar, but that's why we have phonics. Racism and wisdom. They do have a similar, like if you look at it just like that, you're like, whoa, they look similar. But if you sound out the letters, they actually sound different. I'm not even ever about my name. Your name is crazy. That teacher is a Canadian teacher though. I don't know if Canada's like the US these days for schooling. It might be. I mean, it's basically like America Light for some things. Sorry, they're not expecting. I'm sorry, that was mean. Which part? Oh, the Parkinson's part? Well, my model is, I mean, my 3D form is being a little weird. So obviously I mentioned that Jesus is the singular form. That Jesus is a singular form of Jesus. So cheese is the singular form of what? Cheez-Its? So Cheez-Its is the full name of cheese? Allegedly, you weren't in that boat. I was definitely not in that boat. Yeah, you came on the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs. No. 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 Was the meteor an act of God? How many times does God reset the earth? She was the boat. I wasn't a boat. That's Isa. Kono baka yaro. You just don't need boats. Yeah, because I can fly. Jesus is real. Now, telling me Captain, his name is like Parthurnax or something. Weirdly enough, sorry to dox you for a second, Captain, but Captain's name is also Jason Spades. It's weird. When I got like the 2 different addresses, I was like, whoa, 2 different Jason Spades. Crazy. And it attaches its wings to a boat. Does the boat become a JRPG coded ship? I think that whales that fly in the sky are cool, and they always will be cool. Sky whales will always be good in every single thing. Rina, how could you? I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I just love doxing people. Just once, I believe. No, he did that, and he also did Noah's Ark. He also did Sodom and Gomorrah, just the 2 cities, where they did like everything legally. True. The dinosaurs were corrupted by Satan. What? You're telling me the freaking Spinosaurus was at the witch's sacrament? It was at the witch's. The dinosaurs were out there. You got your little raptors all dancing naked around the fire and like boning down. If we're in the name of the devil, I don't think so. There have been at least 5 mass extinction events in Earth's history. And that's not including my ass. You'll be doxing people. Just for fun. Like, look up the Great Dying. Is that porn? Every time someone tells me, look something up. 5 harbor sets. I'm glad Rina doesn't know where I live. You live at 45 Street. You can't dox me without taking my mask off. I think if I take off your mask, if I take the mask off a luchador, they die though. That's so weird how I definitely just hadn't just a split personality that doesn't have my family's economic offer for Galarp is 2 people. Split? M. Night Shyamalan? In World War II, the worst cities at the time. But were they the most lit cities? Because in that case, if you kill the 2 cultural centers, you basically kill the whole world, you know? Like, the Great Dying is the biggest wipeout of life in all of Earth's existence. Do we just know that happened because of, like, salt? Like, because, like, the freaking salt and, like, the layers of sediment, and they're guessing based off of that? The merch order. Homa? Purple Earth is terrifying? What's Purple Earth? What's Purple? Purple! I watched that horror movie by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter or whatever recently. The Watchers, that starred Dakota Fanning. It was okay. It wasn't particularly good. Concept was interesting. Other than that, it was fine. I did see some of the posts talking about that I think were criticizing Gameoverse. Like the ones saying that it has male gays. I don't think it had that many male gays. In fact, there was only like 2 or 3 males. And I don't think any of them were gay, near as I can tell. If Fold was just a paper, I guess you could ship Fold and Flapper or whatever, but I didn't really see the chemistry there. I didn't think there were that many male gays in the show at all. Permian Triassic extinction event. Sounds like a type of cheese. Technically, just mask off is like Thanos ripping the stones off Vision's for. No, sad. Apparently that's part of it. Also fossil records and other stuff. All fossils were planted there and are fake. Next question. Siberian traps erupting or gamma ray bursts from near. That's like the Invincible Hulk. True. You waited all day to make that joke, haven't you? No, I actually just made it up on the spot. 'Cause I'm so freaking clever and smart. But for real, guys, I didn't think it was that bad. Why can't we have a cartoon that looks at some of the titties sometimes? That's okay. I don't really particularly care. It wasn't like they had Kit showing her whole coochie or ass out all the time. It was just a few fan service shots in here and there. I think the younger generation is just a little bit too thin-skinned. They are not prepared. I think one episode of Love Hina back in the day would kill a regular person now. It would kill a Zoomer. If you had like a 15-year-old on Twitter who watched, you strapped them to a chair and forced them to watch an episode of Love Hina, You watch the person watching an episode of Negima, their brain would pop out of their head. Rina doing the 6-7 hand Zulu. 6-7. And the salt here is very salty. That means that a pair of gay dinosaur rulers were over them by people before Max changed. I know. What that's what don't you fucking scientists sound like? Ooh, I'm a scientist because the way that these layers of dirt, it means that someone farted here 7,000 years ago, and also they were a witch. Like, come on, guys. How's dirt supposed to tell you anything? Sillies. System 6-7-6. Check sex age of being trying to child they combust. Or get really horny. I discovered a new hentai. I discovered Twitter just shows me random stuff too sometimes. I discovered a new a text-based erotic game apparently. I thought it'd be like a visual novel. I've played text-based adventure games before and they're pretty fun. This one is like you have a custom character and you have stats and stuff like that. They're not children here, right? Life on Earth or our moon and all our water came from another planet crashing into molten Earth. How would you know though? You had to be degrees of validity. Yeah, how did you know immediately? How did you immediately know immediately? Cassie, you're a fucking pervert. You sick fuck. I think I trust you with children. I'm actually a great influence on children. At a fair point, you can't judge anymore. You just start observing physiological data? Hello? I'm not even the biggest pervert here. Understand the children in chat, true. Yeah, I was playing, I tried to play, I was at work, and then I found that on Twitter, and I played it a little bit. Again, I work from home. And then I started playing it for an hour or two, and I was like, wow. And then I realized an hour or two, there's a ton of art of it. Ah. It needs to be more yaoi. I know, because I was there when the moon and the earth entered into their intense Yuri phase. Oh my god, maybe you're the true angel, huh? Huh? Maybe you're the descendants of Adam. A Goonosaur for nothing. I was there. The Goonosaur was at the witch's sacrament, worshipping the devil and getting the devil's omega, the devil's alpha mark, the marking on their neck. Dinosaur or Megaverse? Is that anything? I've seen it a bit, but haven't played it yet. It was okay. It kind of feels a bit like how I imagine playing Black Souls is like, because every other encounter, someone's trying to like sexually assault you. And the problem is sometimes I can't really tell what you're supposed to do, because sometimes like I'll put in a text input, like, you know, it gives you choices for what you can do with each of your body parts, and I'll just like put in an input, and then I'll get a result, and then I'm like, well, this seems like the best input to escape this scenario, but I'll put it in again, and I'll just get the same text result, and I start looping and doing it again and again, and I can't tell if I'm just supposed to do an action multiple times for it to work, or if I'm supposed to switch to something else and do a separate action. So I can't tell if I'm in a true text loop or if I'm in like a false text loop. So that's a bit weird. I played for an hour too. It was not 7 hours. I did not get that far. The Alpha and the Omega verse. Just like that movie. Yeah, I'm a believer. I'm a believer if I tried. And I saw her face. Guys, all I've been doing is watching. I'm really bad. All I've been doing. No, I did do work last night, but all I've been watching are are the Amazing Digital Circus video animatics and fan songs and videos on YouTube. I have a mental illness and I'm happy about it. I haven't had a fandom that I really liked like this in a while. I genuinely think the last time I was into this was when I first got into VTubers. That was my last big fandom, and then I became a VTuber, and then I didn't have time to fangirl anymore. You need to repeat some actions to get something out of it. True. I don't know if you're making a joke about that or if you're actually talking the gameplay loop, but it's kind of like that. There's this one scene in the game early on where I was getting vored by a snake, and I really couldn't tell how to get out of the situation of being vored by a snake until, like it took me a while to figure it out. Is my sexiest friend come trying to farm crops something and the vines keep trying to end my... That's what I'm saying! No, see, I was trying to water my seeds. I was trying to water my, like, literal seeds in the garden, and then the snake started eating my asshole, and I was like, not the time, snake. Not the time. Your evil has befallen you. Oh, the video game? Oh, or the Amazing Digital Circus. Yeah, that one's fair. That one's fair. I'll probably go back to play the video game sometime, but we'll see. I'm fishing going crazy. Yeah, I'm happy for you mental. Thank you. I'm happy too. She likes her tongue sexy. Yeah, he's so sad. I think the thing that's great about it is I don't like just like when characters are sad. They have to not admit that they're sad. They have to carry extreme trauma and sadness inside them, but be in deep denial about it. And they basically need to be extremely emotionally constipated and fucked up and not know how to process it. And it has to be also somewhat obvious to everybody around them. Honestly, seeing a fangirl power reveal itself. haven't even shown you my strongest. I haven't showed you. I haven't showed you my strongest elixir yet. You know, just enjoy the vor for a bit, I guess. Hi, Iron Bob. I mean, it's not that enjoyable because I'm not really into vor. It was a giant snake, which it also made me confused because I wasn't sure. Like, I know that in Degrees of Ludity, the town is basically like set almost like an arrow game because the degree, like you have a high chance of a lot of sexual encounters. So that's just part of the fabric of the world. But then the fact that I was in the garden and there was a giant snake that was large enough to swallow like a high school girl or whatever, I was a little confused. I'm like, is that built into the lore as well? Or is this an abnormal snake? I just couldn't tell if this was a normal, if like all snakes in this world are that large or if that was an abnormal encounter. I just couldn't tell. Snake was what? Just boring me. Bestiality involved? Of course. Of course. It's called Degrees of Ludity. It's not called Degrees of my time at the Catholic Church. When are we getting some Prego Jack sketches? Hi, Taffer. Hello. Okay, so I don't actually want... How do I put this? I don't actually want Jax pregnant. I don't actually like Mpreg. And everyone's like, bullshit, bullshit. No, I don't actually like Mpreg. When I say I need this man pregnant, it's almost like, I think it's the highest praise you could give a male character you like. When you say I need this man pregnant, it's not that you want him to actually have a child gestating inside of his tum-tum for 9 months and then for him to give birth to it. It's more like I just want him to get bred. To be bred like Wonder Bread, you know? Like, I want him to be... Like, I really like in Yaoi when they're like, get pregnant, ora, ora! But they can't get pregnant. Like, the Seme is trying to get the Uke pregnant so hard, but biologically it's not gonna happen, you know? Like, constipation that leads blood. Type of constipation that leads blood out after it happens? Oh, yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly that kind. Very emotionally, yes. Cope is admirable nowadays. I don't like Mpreg! Is the game good or what? I don't know if it's good or not yet. I only got through like 1.5 days. There's this cute... I think there's a cute guy. I don't know what he looks like because it's text-based. But there's a cute guy who I thought would be a cute romance option. But so far, people just keep grabbing my ass in the game, and I haven't made very much money. Actually, the best part about the cute guy is I asked him for money, and he gave me $100 immediately without questioning. So that was great. Jack's broken men who protect their insecurity onto others. Yeah, exactly. Episode 8, Jax basically got mega circumcised, so Mpreg is probably impossible. Episode 8, he got circumcised? He didn't get circumcised. He just didn't have a ween to begin with. Send don't worry. That's actually like Mpreg. Next year, say they're not actually 21. Popped off yesterday? Alt 0. She popping off all the time. But especially Pam's a background gameplay mechanic. Like, the thing is, do you guys play a lot of lewd games? Breeding without being pregnant. Yeah. His head when he got peeled like an orange. That was not circumcision. That was flaying, actually, which was a medieval torture technique, as we all know. Okay, as Elias would be familiar with. Does Skyrim count? I haven't played enough of Skyrim to know. I think no, but I haven't played it. Leon. Stop bringing his name here! Like, age games are pretty fun. Not really. I feel like I should invoke my 5th amendment. I used to, but not anymore. I've played some erotic games. So I don't like playing like erotic visual novels that are just like, oh, read this, blah, 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 sex scene story. I like when there's actually, I like when they've gamified a lot more mechanics. So, for example, that recent game with the orc one, or the goblin, or the orc, no, orc farm would probably be my jam, except that I don't like orcs personally, so it's very scary and I don't like it. But like, I think when they have actual mechanics that require you to do stuff before you can get to the sex. When the sex is either a reward or a punishment, you know? But like, it's supposed to be just kind of like a nice little bonus. It's not the main feature of the game where there's actual mechanics you have to get through. Those are pretty good. So this game, it should be like that theoretically. I don't really know. I haven't gone through a lot of sex scenes, so right now I'm trying to play like a Puritan, like a normal person. I don't know if they're very erotic or anything. Skyrim is unless you mod the heck out of it. I know there's a mod where you have big. No, I think there's a mod where everybody has big boobies. Nikkei, if you count. I don't think Nikkei is an erotic game. Or like it's intentionally meant to be like an arrow, like a sex game, you know? Yeah, I like a Daishkin sandwich because it's like not really just a game, and also not the horny because I'm trying to focus on the game. Yeah, it's a careful balance, I think, because the gameplay can't be that hard, but then also I like when there is a little bit of gameplay. I like the patch version of Nekopar 1 and some. Wait, does Nekopar actually have H in it? Or is it just like ecchi? I don't know, you pickpocket a whole town naked. Okay. I guess if that kind of makes you an exhibitionist, I guess. Keep cooking. Yeah, the best sex is the one you have to work for in game. Shit, yeah, and Honey Pop. Honey Pop, the gameplay is probably simple enough. You can do that, right? Whatever elements of the yes, I played. Some of them really just drag out the time with your collection stuff, and I can't stand that, but I definitely want a long burn narrative. Yeah, to be honest, that's partially, I have some interest in playing Rants because it seems like there's actually more gameplay and that the sex is like a, a side thing, and there's actually like tactical. From what I've heard, I don't know if it's true. I thought Rants is like a tactical RPG where you actually have to do some strategy to conquer certain cities and things like that, but I could be lying. They could be lying to me. Necopara's H and ecchi versions. Oh, I have Necopara, but I guess it's just the Steam version that only has ecchi in it. Like, it has to be an actual game for them to be any good. Tens of thousands of hours in Necopara. I don't know. Not me. I only tried playing it once, and then I got tired. Was it here? No, I think it was a different life. Naffle H and Necopara. Really? Huh. Why do so many children like Necopara then? When I was playing Necopara on stream, I had a lot of children come in and tell me they love Necopara. Do you think they played the ecchi version or the hentai version? Wait, Oscar. Coconut's best Neko? I don't know who that is. Necopara on Switch, true. Apparently the gameplay for Ron's legitimately quite good. That's what I heard. I heard it's just a good strategy game, so I'm kind of curious about that. I like that the desensor patch and now the sometimes detect LBs and hide the censored scenes. Oh, that's really cool. Wait, that's a really cool feature. Also surprising for a Japanese game because they're so like iffy about live streaming visual novels sometimes. I 10k animation like 100 HD. Did you look up Ostim? I won't play Skyrim because it's too ugly for me, but to be honest, I tried Ron's, it wasn't a solid enough tactical game for me to keep going. If I wanted that, I would play. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. It's a cast of my kids nowadays can be fate site nads and hate the arrogant roots. Really? I know Nakamura had a safe mode. Apparently. Because I only ever seen the image and not really seen the H, mostly because they're really hostile to H. Oh, is it like kind of oh. So is Necopara like a Discord profile picture fandom? Where like people have just seen these images of cute anime girls and they really like the style and that they're cat girls, so that's why they like it? Kind of like how a lot of people have the Sayana Uta as their like Kinney, a Discord icon, but nobody's played the game. These kids are goddamn tourists. Well, I'd rather be tourists than actually playing the game. Basically, exactly. Oh, interesting. That would make sense. I think that Roblox really facilitated a lot of that with all the stolen assets. Hi, Furtree! Welcome. I'm just... What am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. Earliest VNs available on Steam. Interesting. How do kids... Kids can't even read. How are they reading VNs? Talking about H games. A little bit, but we're not going into details of H games, okay? Do you guys know about... You do. Is this about the Skyrim mod again? Yeah, I came into Necopara profile picture. Yeah, I was just... Apparently Necopara is a hentai game. I didn't know. Rainbow actually makes sense. Didn't read, but they can see pretty cat girl. I mean, a little bit of reading feels required. Just a little bit. But again, all children left behind, I guess. Have you guys... I think that... As member stream talk. True. I'm talking way too much about adult stuff outside of members. I love... Because most of you probably haven't played this game. I'm going to teach you guys about it because I think it's very fun. You know how... Nitro Chiro is the hentai company, or they have like visual novels. They do stuff like Supersonic Home. They have other like, did they do? I think they might have been them who did Euphoria actually, but when they burned their merch, because they found it was a hentai game. Typical DM game that's to my reach an international audience. DMM game. Was it a DMM game? Man, the concept of browser visual novels and browser games like in Japan still existing, and the way that they were so prevalent there for a long time. That to the point that but when the West had moved on so long ago, so interesting. Just download that one you said. Which one? The text game I said? Did you download that? No, okay. Sorry, Nitro Chiral. I just remember that I pronounced it fucked up. Dramatical murder. Well, Nitro Chiral Plus did dramatical murder. Oh, no. Is it Nitro? No, Nitro. Yeah, Nitro Chiral Plus. Degrees of Validity. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's an age game. Just so you know, be careful. It's an erotic game. Yeah, so just download. Why are you guys all down? I already told you, it's just kind of okay. I don't really know how I feel about it. Wow, I'm an influencer. What was I saying? So they did DMMD, Dramatical Murder. They did a lot of yaoi games. But I think a lot of people, we don't talk. Should I go down this game? I don't know, it's fine. I thought it was the same thing. No, it's not. The Nitro Chiral Plus is the branch that does all the yaoi, the BL games. Thanks, Kina, the appeal. That's kind of the appeal. Well, yes, okay, good. Just letting you know. So people know about Dramatical. Just kind of okay is all I need. That was pretty interesting. Okay. I kind of want to down the game. Are you guys all gonna sit in the voice call and play this damn? Are you guys sit in the voice call with the bros and all open up this text-based erotic game and live play together while you listen to your VTubers talk about hentai games? Is that what your Wednesday night is gonna be, guys? Multiple jazz sponsored VTubers recently not even sponsored one. Really spicy ones. Interesting. I do remember the 18+ room at Offkai last year. Is very played. There are just a lot of very edgy themes and kinks. Honestly, you kind of get into because you can't just avoid them if you don't like them. It seems like an early, like almost like a Newgrounds type game because there's so many. It's so easy to get into a fail state or like you get sexually assaulted in a bad way, like as in like that's a bad result or like a bad encounter. It seems almost like it's almost comical to the degree at which you literally can walk outside and get sexually assaulted. You can go to the cafeteria and get sexually assaulted. What game are you downloading? Excuse me. I was just talking about text-based erotic game that I heard about on Twitter and I was playing it earlier today because I was curious about it. It's called Degrees of Validity. I don't know. I just heard about it, so I looked into it and played a little bit. But it is like an old school Newgrounds type erotic game. So there are many sexual encounters, not all consensual. I'm not in a voice call. My badge says so. Really, honestly, it doesn't sound like a bad tourist. But why did Alba get the bad touch by a lion and a snake? Oh, that was because he got caught by the twin, the evil blonde twin, the evil Aryan twins, I would say. The evil Aryan twins caught him, and they have basically in this world. It's kind of like Pokemon or Metabots, I guess. Everybody, or maybe JoJo. I don't know enough about JoJo. Everybody has their little like their little like small like mascot creature who is also actually a supercomputer AI thing. And for those two characters, the Aryan twins, their AI things are a lion and a snake. So that can be a side just bot, so I can't play it yet. Okay, don't. I didn't tell my friends about my Oshi's guy. I don't want them to see these things I say in chat. Cause you're being so kawaii, right? As for Chan used to say, any hole's a goal. Crazy. Deal has been around for years. I was really proud, but having an actual procedural death. Yeah, it does. It seems very random. The soft bad ends also need to be encountered to advance the overrush. Really? I didn't know that spell place, so I can avoid. Obviously, it's called Degrees of Validity. Here, I mean, it's free. You just download it, and it's a browser game, so there's not much to it. You can play it. I just collect those in the early internet. I think that if I was younger, I would like put hours into this game because like, I could see myself doing it because it seems really extensive. But as an adult now, it's kind of fallen behind in terms of a lot of other stuff. Also, the writing is not super great. It's fine. Thank you. No problem. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about Nitro Chiral. So anyways, they're Nitro Chiral Plus, their branch. You know about Dramatical Murder. That was the yaoi game everybody knew. But they don't talk enough about Sweet Pool. I'm gonna tell you guys about Sweet Pool right now. For people who know Sweet Pool is I think their third game because number 1 was Togai Nunuchi, and then they had the Catboy game, and then they had Sweet Pool. Sweet Pool, yeah, it doesn't highlight your message anymore. Why? They hate me, I guess. I don't know. They keep changing stuff every single day, and it's really annoying because they just push them out without any proper testing. I'll drop 30 minutes in it. Yeah, that's fine. That's about all you need to kind of get the vibes of it anyway. I will say. So one of the first missions of that game is like, sorry, this is not about Sweet Pool. This is about Degrees of Validity. You have to get $100 by the end of the day, I think, and that's kind of hard, which is annoying, because all the jobs don't pay you very well. When funny says you do pretty much straight up H game sites. Really? That's really funny. Use this in somehow. I guess so. Anyway, Sweet Pool is the third game from Nitro Cairo Plus, which makes the Yaoi games. And the story of it, it's kind of like Omegaverse, but not really. Basically, you're playing a high school boy, and I don't know how else to explain this. You're playing a high school boy, and one day he gets his period. And you're like, oh, is he a trans guy? No, he's not trans. He just he gets a stomach ache, and he goes to the bathroom, and he's like pooping out blood. But not just blood. He's pooping out like meat chunks. And he's like, well, that's weird. And it turns out that he you know what's really great? You know what's really cool? That sounds like cancer. It's surprisingly not cancer. You know what's really cool though? There is a figure. There's an official figure of him getting his period. There's an official figure. There's an official 1/8 scale PVC figure of him crouching, and there's the meat. So if you want to get that. Yeah, that's an official figure. There's an official figure. I don't know what to tell you. That's my hourly joking attendance. Oh my gosh. Hi, Afterbirth. Welcome. You came just in time to talk about getting your period. Hello. You're hourly jorking. It's not just raw at this point. Is it not chafe? It's just sandpaper at this point. Man, can't turn that back with a friend. Well, for him, it comes out of his asshole. It's like we're gonna teach him. That's awesome. How are you doing? I'm talking about this video game. Let me get my mic. It's not my period. It's a man's period, so I don't think you want that. So anyways, this high school boy gets his period and is shitting meat chunks, and he's like, "That's weird." And then he's like, "What else can you do?" So he just kind of cleans that up, and he goes on with his day because I don't know what else you can do. And he meets his new classmate who's a hot man. And basically, long story short, it turns out, this is spoilers for the game, but you guys are not gonna play this game. Basically, long story short, it turns out that's not lactose intolerance. Hey, as a lactose intolerant, I did not shit out meat chunks. It turns out, long story short, his jorking causes cylinder of calories. I should take it to I'll splash to your face the next time you annoy me. Ew, what? Ew, what? Ew, gross. Ew, throw acid instead. Gross. Anyways, so it turns out that this high school boy is basically how to put it? He's actually a member of a different species of creatures who are not human. They're I guess, I don't know if they're aliens or whatever, but he's the female version of that. And so that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like Omegaverse. So then the new class, and the reason why he started shitting out meat chunks is because he encountered the hot man who was the male of that alien race or whatever, and that triggered his period, I guess. I don't know. Just make this member stream. It's fine. Outside members, fuck we bought. It's not really a Omegaverse. Because it turns out what he was shitting was kind of like a fetus that wasn't fully formed because he hadn't been impregnated yet, I guess. And that the game revolves around a cult that kind of worships these beings, and they kind of see the main character who the guy who shit out the ass chunks. They kind of see him as a messiah for their cult, and that their goal is they want this female to mate with a male so that it'll produce the next, I don't know, Antichrist or something. What is this game? Metal? It is kind of a Omegaverse with extra steps. This is the game you said? Yeah, it's a visual. It's a Nitro Cairo Plus visual novel. So this is IHOP. This is definitely not IHOP. No children here because you traumatized them. It's in an 18+ space, by the way. Anyways, so that's Sweet Pool. I didn't even tell you all the parts of it. I think that's probably one of Nitro Cairo Plus's most messed up games. No, I didn't play their new game. I did buy it. I haven't played it yet. Good reminder. Man, this write this down very I just like it. I just like talking about it because nobody talks about it. It's like we don't talk about. It's like when people talk about freaking Fujimoto, they're like, oh yes, look back. Oh yes, Chainsaw Man. But they don't talk about Fire Punch. They're like, nobody mentions Fire Punch because they don't want to talk about his incest, his incest weird immolation torture series. So, you know, messed up game. The game. Oh, we just lost it! No! I don't think in Japan, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was especially explicitly influenced it. Probably. The crazy thing is Omegaverse started in the West first, but Japan took it and ran with it. And I'm the weird one for playing Arbor Archive. No, you're the weird one because you're a sick freak. That's not related. Ancient reference. Waka waka. Can I have cheeseburger? Sorry, I'm eating my bubbles, my boba. So that's why I think that's what I mean when I say Jax needs to be bred. Because I think that he needs to be like, it's just like I want to see him. I want to see this male character in a very vulnerable state, a very vulnerable state where they're losing their mind and they can't control themselves anymore. But they're like vulnerable, you know. It's bad when even the sick freak gets uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't like Sweet Pool. I'm just talking about it as a phenomenon. Fascinating. Do you think? Okay, which do you think was worse? Based on my description right now, which do you think was worse? For knowers. Okay, which is worse? Sweet Pool, Saya no Uta. Because I think they both kind of edge into the same sort of like Cronenbergian kind of like Eldritch. Sure, Cronenbergian Eldritch kind of like horror. Sweet Pool. Oh, okay, all right. One fresh cycle. Can we do a fanfic reading involving Alf in Omegaverse? That feels like a McElroy reference. Right, that's how the comic... I've got this... Sorry. So you want him in heat? I did see this comic on Twitter today where Kane put him in heat, and I thought that was pretty good. I think it's also especially good because like if you put Jax in heat, he can't do anything to satisfy it because he doesn't have any genitals or sexual organs. Pretty good. But if I have no idea what either are, then you are a beautiful, innocent creature, pure creature of light that needs to be protected. Actually, I'm sad items are based on the only Plus. I don't think I can think entirely for judgment. I have a weird trauma nostalgia for both. Really? Neither yet, Saya. Interesting. Wow, really evenly matched so far. Saya no Uta also does deal with meat chunks. So, he's a cosmic horror in stand-up TV. No, I know Alf. I just, like, the McElroys make a lot of references about Alf. So I wouldn't be surprised if they talked about Alf in Megaverse. Supposed to. But Saya isn't nearly as bad as other games in the era, to be honest. True, there's Euphoria. And also, what's it called? Chaos Head. Why did I go send in the Google AI? Because I came back and did. Why did I come back in Indonesian? Guys, Google's so fucked now. Aren't you? Like, I know that technically you know how like the Google search engine is fucked, but it's technically for the AI version, the AI mode anyway, so it's not supposed to affect the regular search engine. But we all know it's gonna affect the regular search engine also. There's no way. They're not gonna be like, oh, AI only here. Promise. We promise that the AI research and push is not affecting the back end at all. I promise. Search engines are code. Yep. So ass I hate so much. Yep. It's here. Size the initial word for me. Oh, interesting. Banger comic idea. Can you retweet it? I'll have to find it. It was on my alt account. It's so bad, but I've been saying this for a while now. I've been saying for a while that the Google suite and all things supported by Google have been going downhill in quality in the last 2 years, especially. Less and less able to find the results over time. Like how it's so terrible. You know what's crazy too? I think they made some sort of crazy change about like a month ago. I can't ego search myself anymore. I used to Google myself sometimes, like Rina Astera, and then I would limit the results to like, you know, the past month or whatever. It doesn't work anymore. It used to like bring up at least my like going live stream, like my live streams or like my going live tweets. It doesn't even bring that up anymore. It says they can't find any results. And I know that's a lie. I'm like, I know that there are things that I've tweeted even that are about me. So it's just been broken. It's impossible for me to ego search anymore. It's like they screwed up search so badly that I'm wondering if the AI will be an option to make it not be as bad. It's not at a point where it's usable though, so I really don't know if how it can make it better. This is a different team slash backend for the AI stuff, but the AI stuff is also bad too. It's not been very well. The rollout for it has not been well implemented at all, so it leads me to have little faith in everything else. Do you not exist? I guess not. I guess not. Whoa. Oh shit. You just fallen off? That would imply I was ever on to begin with. Been only down for 15 years to ask me, but you're the streamer, so maybe no one's gonna ask me. Well, I think if it's to the point where I've been noticing, the layman has been noticing the last few years, like it's pretty bad. Until the LLM shows up. I don't want to feed my content to the LLMs. I lock my fanfics to only registered users. Can't find things I know I could find years ago with no problems. I mean, birds. Like, yeah, exactly. And like even the cast results aren't cached that far back anymore either. So. Are you ego searching a few minutes for stream today? No, I've stopped ego searching because I can't find anything. I stopped ego searching since like a month ago because I couldn't find anything. I didn't say it was good, just saying it's not as ad teams poised as search. I guess that's true, but I also feel like sponsored results technically usually end up being the results that you want at the top anyway. What's a user? I barely know her! Yeah, 8 to 10 years ago? That's why I can't find shit anymore. The death of the ego raptor. That's just ADHD. You just say whatever word reminds you of the last word. Good stream. I think I've been jump scared as much recently. Yeah, it's hard now. And Twitter ego searching was already in the shitter ever since Elon took it over. It's already been shit. Then Google's going down, and I banned myself from doing ego search in the sewers because people are mean there and they say mean things to me. Just keep ego sad, then you'll pay less attention to my tweets and not shoot me with a gun again. I don't need ego sad. I just go straight to the source now. I just look at your personal individual accounts. Eggs. Excuse me. Why would you go there? I don't go to the sewers anymore. I banned myself now. Say it. That's fine. It's an ADHD friendly space. I will say, it's kind of nice that a lot of the people who, I think the most toxic people have all migrated to the farm. They're like, the sewers are still bad and rancid, but the most toxic people have migrated to the farm instead. So like there's evil comments in the sewers, but the farms have the worst one. And the farms don't really show up in the search when you ego sigh yourself. So, but I don't do it either anymore anyway because it's bad. So now I just live in my little bubble, my micro bubble. They're probably. Let's see. The poll is at Sayano Uto's winning. Cool. Pretty good. Think I'm paying up what you're putting down. A little bit. Yeah. This does feel like a member's chatting stream, and I'm just here being insane. Nothing my choice. I was like, I know what you're saying without thinking about it. It's because you've been on the internet too long. That means your brain is also rancid, and you've also been in those places. Last time I ego sided called slurs from when I. Last time I ego side I got called slurs when I used to mod for YouTube. That's really fun. That's the best experience of ego sighing. It turns out that you get insults and hate. That's really cool. Anyway. Yep. Do I have anything to talk about? Not really. I got the Jollibee Final Fantasy XIV collab, which means I have to log in for the free weekend to claim my stupid emote. The free weekend's happening, what, soon? Now? My fans of the forums and the demographic becoming less only men as of late. Well, not if you talk to the users. The users don't believe that there are any women there still. So. There's not denying I'm an old internet netizen for better or for worse. For better and for worse, as we said. Your brain got rotted in ways that... Your brain experienced trauma on the internet in ways that made it malformed, but it's still formed. Whereas the children nowadays are being exposed to stuff that are just making their brains not form. It's just slush. It's like flat. It's like freaking chicken breast that you don't put your penis inside. Now, but you don't need an active sub to use the emote code. You don't? Really? Oh, I didn't know that. But I have been playing 14 again with new friend. Oh, that's great. That's fun. That's fun. Have you picked up a new class? They gave me chocobo peach. Oh, that's cute. Kawaii. Kawaii ne. Streamer, give me more Coco Melon to talk about. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. What do you guys want to hear about? What do you want me to talk about? Let me drink this drink. If you guys don't give me a topic, I'll just keep talking about my thoughts about the Amazing Digital Circus. JP server. Oh my god, weeb friend. That work out? Kinda did work out. You act like more Asia, so apologies for social issues, but what neither. What I really like is that I think that Ragatha doesn't like, honestly, the Eric talk is fun to listen to, but pretty much anything. I was like, stop, you're in love with me! You're in love with me! Oh my god. I don't know if I got everything. I think I got everything. I feel bad. I saw a lot of criticism online now, so I don't want to criticize them. I feel bad. Mine were more structural issues than anything. I was doing like a whole script doctor in my head before I went to sleep last night. Terrible. I think the thing I really like, theoretically, I would like Ragatha and Jax as a ship too, but I don't like Ragatha enough because she annoys me a little bit, but we talked about this. But the thing that I think is really interesting is that they really are foils to each other. Ragatha doesn't like Jax because he's evil and mean. But also, Ragatha, like Jax is basically a testament to her hypocrisy on both ends. Because Ragatha wants to be a really nice, altruistic person who can be kind to everybody and is a paragon of good, right? But she's only human. She's literally only human. So she can't do that for everybody. And Jax is a testament to that, is evidence of that, because he is so annoying and he genuinely gets to her and annoys her. I also think that in the scene in episode, 6? In the scene in episode 6, yeah, the scene in episode 6 when he's talking to Pomni and having his crash out, and he says, and Pomni's like, oh, why did you fight back? And he's like, oh, here we go again. Because I didn't fight back. That means I secretly care about you. I'm just a little egg whose yolk needs to be poked or whatever and bred and turned into pregnancy. And he says, and he says, here we go again, which means that someone in the past has also tried to suggest that he has a tough exterior and just needs, like, you know, to get someone who to be trusted in order to feel trust in someone so he can share his inner thoughts and be vulnerable. And I think the person who said that previously to him was Ragatha. Because Ragatha definitely tried to befriend Jax before. Ragatha definitely tried to befriend Jax before when he first arrived. But obviously something broke bad between them and that's why they hate each other now. And I think that she must have tried the same routine with Jax but failed. Ship doctoring while going to sleep. She's just like, I have mental illness. That's it, word for word. Yeah, exactly, word for word. So because of that, yeah, every time she looks at Jax, she is reminded of her own failures and how she can't be a perfect person. She's not a perfect person. And Jax doesn't, the type of character that Jax is, where not only are they extremely, like, flippant, and they're not willing to reveal their vulnerable inner side, they're not willing to be embarrassed or vulnerable or show you any of their true self because they don't even like themselves. They're insecure and you're insecure. And they don't think that they have likable qualities and features. So if they show their true self and also are disliked from that, then that means that there's truly nothing good about them at all. There's nothing that anybody could like about them. But they do secretly believe that deep down. So the way that you are supposed to work with those characters in fiction, in my opinion, is that you have to, that's why a lot of times they're paired with characters who have unrelenting kindness, who have no, like, who will repeatedly ram their kindness into them without stopping. And even if that they get pushed away, like the hedgehog tries to, flare its spikes at them, they will still keep charging forward because they have they're like sunshine embodied. And that's what happens a lot, because the only way that you can get these characters to truly believe that anybody could like them and care about them is to take all of their barbs and wounds and all of their injuries and still give them kindness relentlessly. You ram your kindness to me. Oh, I'm so pregnant with your kindness. She's a literal pincushion. Exactly. Oh, true. But she can't take it. She can't take it. Ragatha couldn't take it. She's just human. And so when the kindest person that you know, who's supposed to be the most altruistic symbol of goodness, when they give up even on you, then that just That proves your own beliefs about yourself, that you are a piece of shit garbage that nobody could love. Not even Jesus could love you, because Ragatha is basically their Jesus in the circus in terms of kindness and altruism. So when he sees Ragatha, he sees it's a confirmation. Whenever he sees Ragatha, it's a confirmation of his own beliefs. If I'm a dick to these people, nobody can be trusted. Everybody's trying to use you. So if this person who I've been, even though logically, if I've been mean to someone, they will be mean to me or dislike me. But he doesn't see that. He sees that she's a fake, she's a false, she's lying because she can't be nice to everybody. If I push, look, I push her just a little bit and she hates me. And people who love you are people on Tumblr and kids who stand you. Are you talking about Jax? I was trying to think of an interesting topic. I'm pregnant. Your kindness really blows Good. I can't be in love with someone. I'm way too cool and evil for such a thing, except for Kane, but they took him from me. Oh, now you can never love again! John Wick! Like, Rina can generally be like penis fart, and I'd have to analyze what she means by like, interesting. Right, that's optimistic default, expensive for self. And even she doesn't believe in the things she says. She doesn't, it's true, she doesn't fully believe. But the thing is, she has to fake it until she makes it. And the other thing I've talked about is how, or I believe, is that Ragtha also doesn't like who she becomes around Jax, because she wants to be a nice, kind person. But Jax, I think, reminds her of her mother, and which also in turn turns Ragtha into her mother. That's the problem with a lot of times when you have victims of abuse, they unconsciously continue that cycle. They repeat the cycle because they're just repeating what they've known, and they're acting out in a way as in response to that. So that's why both of them don't like being around each other or seeing each other, because they're reminders of their own failures and deficiencies. But they're also perfect foils. They're both insecure, and they're both afraid that people won't accept them for who they truly are. They're very similar in those ways, and that's why I find them super fascinating. It's also like because Jax doesn't believe that Ragtha is truly a good person, that's why he's pushing her all the time. That's, for example, why he's testing her when he tries to steal Pomni. Yeah, he's doing it to annoy her, but it's also to push her to prove that she is a good person. The hate sex would go crazy. It would go crazy. It would. It's actually a very interesting ship on paper. Like, right now that they took Kane away from me, I can enter a three-movie arc where I kill the equivalent of 3 small countries and then find love again. With a new doggy. With a new puppy. You just have to get a new set of false teeth. You gotta get a new object head. Vox is there. You just get into Harassment Hotel. Get into Vox. He's a great object head. And he's still alive, technically. True. Good Vox. Good Vox. Anyways, those are my thoughts about Ragtha and Jax. I think Sarah should say that she serves her mother in him, but I do think that not fully sees her mother, but I'm saying that if someone needles at you and picks on you and like criticizes you all the time, and you come from an abusive household where your mother did that behavior was gonna remind you. I don't mean it literally. I think that she probably has some fairly aggressive coping strategy and could be intensely helpful, and frustrated to be stymied by her refusal to participate. Yes, but I also think that he's constantly criticizing and making fun of her and not taking anything she says seriously and not taking her seriously, because he doesn't take anybody seriously. And that's gonna remind you of your abusive parent who criticizes you all the time and nothing you did was good enough for them, because nothing she does will ever be good enough for Jax. What was I saying? I think the only reason it works with Pomni, I only think the only reason that Pomni can get through to Jax is because, and even then it kind of fails, is because I think she's so emotionally intelligent, and also because she is carefully neutral. I have to rewatch the episode where Kinger helps her get over her acclimation to the circus, because before that she was freaking the fuck out and she's arguably the most selfish character and didn't care about anybody, but also because she didn't believe anything was real. But after whatever Kinger gets through to her, she basically allows her to, it's like CBT or meditation. She allows her to be in the moment, to not hold on to anything too much, and to allow her to experience what's happening to her and just be present there, you know? Does Jax really do that to that much though? He's way worse to Gangle than he is to her, and even that's more passive. I think he reacts to proximity. I think no, like I said, he does stuff to specifically target Ragatha. He knew that Ragatha really wanted to befriend Pomni and leave a good impression on Pomni, so he decided to effortlessly get close to Pomni, without like to annoy her. He specifically does it in the 5th episode when they're at the bar, and he's like, "Wow, me and Pomni are friends now, right, Ragatha?" And that pokes at Ragatha's insecurity, and that's why she immediately is like, "Oh, Pomni, remember that time I got fucking destroyed by a Kaufmo abstraction? Wasn't that fun?" And she's like, "No," because she was trying to point. She's like, "Oh, that's a memory only we have," because she's insecure. Don't know what for. But yeah, he knows how to poke at all of them specifically. I would say the person he makes fun of the least, interestingly enough, is Kinger, but that's because nothing phases Kinger because he's not altogether present. 1, she's a clown. True. Gotta get that clussy. Got to get that clussy. Man, I've been watching this show wrong, man. All of that flew over my head, holy. I just have, all I do is think. All I can do is think. I love thinking. I'm just my regular mother because there wasn't a dramatic scene where she burst out loud during our shot. She said it after her. That's true. She didn't say, I get it, Mom, to him, so. So maybe glean from that he was really close to a clown. Yes, I also think that's also an interesting thing. I think a lot of fan works that's poking her in a different way, more about dragging her down generally, the same way he does with her, not because of her parental trauma. No, he doesn't. No, I'm not saying he knows about parental trauma. He doesn't know that. Well, he finds out after episode 5. Jax doesn't know she was abused in the household and was doing it on purpose. I'm saying his behavior reminds her of that, though, unconsciously, regardless of his attempts. He's harassing everybody, but being harassed constantly and being like every time she's around Jax, she has to be on her toes to be like, oh, he's gonna say something insulting. He's gonna say something mean to me. That's exactly how you're primed by an abusive figure in your life. Every time you're around them, you're hyper vigilant because you're aware that you're not safe. You're in a space where you're not safe, you're in danger, and this person is the source of danger. It's the same. It's just that thing. She's primed the same way. Anyways, yeah, I've seen a lot of, on Cassie's comment. I've seen a lot of fan works which suggests that Jax sees Ribbit in Pomni, which is interesting because obviously we don't know very much about Ribbit at all. I think that's basically based on the fact that Ribbit has some like superficial character design choices that are similar to Pomni. For example, the fact that they both have big kawaii eyes, and when their eyes are closed, they have the similar like shading on their eyes that make it look the same. And they have big eyelashes, I guess. So people superficially, I think, compare them a lot or see them as the same. But I think that it's probably a combination of both. I assume that in his head, Pomni kind of is like a combination of both Kaufmo and Ribbit, because Kaufmo is a clown and Ribbit probably has those superficial features that are similar. Also, I think Ribbit's a girl, but I'm not really sure. So yeah, I think that's also true. Especially it's interesting because Kaufmo is also the sad clown archetype, whereas Pomni is like the happy jester, which is interesting. He's psychosexually attracted to her. True, he wants to fuck that clussy. True. Rina, where did you learn all this about trauma? I don't know if it's true. I know what the fuck I'm saying is true. We all got a little bit of trauma, don't we? Huh? I went to the University of Tumblr. I got a psych degree from Tumblr. Never stupid or maxed harder than I am right now. Well, what? No, but like you don't have to take what I'm saying is not gospel. What I'm saying is just some bullshit that me thinking this stuff in me head may be wrong. I'm not psychologist. I'm just making up bullshit. So like your takes are as valid as my takes. I just overthink about a lot of things and I have autism. Trauma bonding. True. Sticky branch can't miss any details in the show. Well, I miss a lot of details until people point it out apparently. Alex, why not inspire your torch scene since Pomni's this friends he does? Yeah, he does genuine like her. That's the thing. The actual, to me, it's kind of obvious, but the arc is that he started, there's a few things he was doing with Pomni. One, he was specifically befriending Pomni because he wanted to piss off Ragatha, because Ragatha was trying so hard to be Pomni's friend, and it was like, she was getting middling results. That was the one thing. The second thing is that he also is trying to figure out, ever since Pomni gets over her existential crisis in episode 3 and settles down, Jax has been trying to figure out who she is. You notice this in episode 4 when they're already doing the fast food thing. That's the beginning of the arc where he's trying to get to know Pomni, because that's the first moment he talks to her normally. He's not just harassing her and like trying to get a rise out of her. Because these are points that I took from Tumblr and TikTok and Twitter, but like basically, because Jax has reduced, and it's in the show, it's in the text of the show too, because Jax has reduced all of them to stereotypes, he's trying to figure out what Pomni's stereotype is, because he can't see her as a fully realized person, a human, because otherwise that makes everything too real for him. One person, I don't know if it's true, but I think it's really interesting too. A lot of things he does could be seen in attempts to try to figure out who Pomni is. For example, when he puts her as the president in one of his suggestions, she's the main character of that suggestion, right? And he gave everybody else a script except for her. He literally says he did that to see what she would do, because he doesn't know what she would act like, because he doesn't actually know her that well yet. And when she's decoding the bomb, he's like, oh, pick your favorite color. He doesn't know what her favorite color is. He wants to find out. You'd be like, oh, well, he loves her. But it's also like, who is she? What kind of character can she play in this circus? Jess is racist, I can't believe. He is racist also. This is true. I was like, hi Nia, welcome, welcome, welcome. We officially got I didn't. I would love to though. So it's so interesting because I think that's part of, and also in the bar, he's specifically asking Pomni, she's like, what is your path? He says, oh, Pomni, what did you do before you got here? Were you too young? Through that question, a line of question, he gets 2 pieces of information. How old is Pomni and what did she do before? And so everything he's doing after that is trying to figure out who Pomni is. It's really interesting. It's actually a political outrage to say that the president does. Stop! Stop! No politic here. No politic here. Counterpoint. You put yourself where your opinions are more permanently recorded than mine, so yours are more valid. I also don't look back though. I don't look back in anger. I literally have 2-second memory, and I don't look back at everything I do, and I forget. It's more fun and constructive to come with your own analysis than to take whatever YouTuber says as gospel. That's also true. But I think that there's a school of thought that believes that when you're listening to video essays, you're just digesting what they've said to you. You're not digesting actually. You're just swallowing what they take you whole without any lubrication, and you're not digesting it. You're literally just swallowing it, not thinking about it. But I think that the true idea is to like the idea of watching other video essays and reading reviews and things like that is to think about to get other opinions and ideas and see how they like match up against your own so when you find out other people's opinions, you can decide, okay, I actually agree about this, and I don't agree about this. This is what I believe. That's how you form your own basis of personality, right? And your own thoughts and opinions. When you watch Steven Universe, she knows how to psychoanalyze 2D characters. I actually, I felt like Orc stupid maxing during Steven Universe. So much of it went past my head until I read people talking about it. Rina's literary mystery makes me feel like the Orc. No, it's not. I just have mental illness. Let's see. Moshi Moshi, hi Dohan, welcome. I'm overanalyzing the Amazing Digital Circus. I hope you're doing well. Pomni uploaded on YouTube. Jack wants to know her. It's possible. She could be a VTuber. Pomni's actually a VTuber. What was I saying? And that's why Jax wants to get to know Pomni. And then the third thing that happens is that while trying to get to know Pomni, he actually just ends up liking her. Not romantically, he just ends up finding out, oh, she's actually a cool person. She's actually fun to hang out with. My life hack for literature class was not reading other essays. I just come up with a completely original analysis, and that let me score really well. Exactly, because that's what I got. Oh, that's cool then. That's really great. Which is crazy though, because don't they need you to look up a lot? They need you to look up essays and stuff like that to reference your points and thoughts, though, don't they? They need you to put in 10 other sources, etc. Rina, surely you don't have such lofty expectations of the average YouTuber, do you? Most people read those things like they're cold hard facts. I mean, I can't blame them. I read tweets that say did you know that dogs remember their owner's scent from the moment that they first sniffed their asshole? Or some shit like that. And I'll be like, oh, that sounds like it's true. I'm like, guys, you know that's true. I just regurgitate that stuff. And I just put a disclaimer. But I already believe it for gospel. So I don't know, man. We all have our weaknesses. Steven, you my mental illness. I could psychologize on cares for hours like this. This is such a good show. My sources, I made it. The fuck up. I don't know. I guess they just don't look up your references. Possible. They must do the soul sex. The soul sex. Soul sex. This videos where the VAs for a show game together. I recall the review. Yeah, as a VTuber. Oh, are they a VTuber? I did see all of them playing Fast Food Simulator. I skimmed through the VOD where they're playing Fast Food Simulator together. That was just cute. Oh, by the way, I've been trying all day to draw Kane and Ring kissing for my point. You're right. They cannot kiss that physically. That can only mean one thing. Because the best that they can do is that Kane can open his giant false teeth and lick, full body lick Kinger or swallow him, and that just becomes Vor then. It just becomes Vor. You know the starting realization that I hate too is how Pomni's head is actually twice as large as Jax's head. But I can't draw it like that. I cannot draw it like that because otherwise it looks fucked up. I draw them the same size head, but it's not accurate. We need to find Kane if Kane in AI has a soul. They must do this. Oh, soul sex. Kane in AI has a soul. I think at what point does it count as having a soul or having because Kane, is he learning? He is a learning AI, right? But I also think if you subscribe to the Soma theory of Digital Circus, that they're all copies of brain scans or whatever, then are they not all also AI? So everybody in the Digital Circus would just be an AI. Or this comes back to Vor. Hey, you can't spell glitch without Vor. Last year I showed the universe low, but I spent 80% course reading essays that people have written instead of the actual text itself. Yeah, there is that problem. I don't know, but there's so much work you have to do in university, but you don't have enough time for it. Because I was gonna expect you to read the entire text and also several other essays, while also making sure that they're all sources within the last 20 years, so that they're actually valid. Because if God forbid you quote an essay or a research paper from the 80s, because apparently that's too far back. So if you had true AI from a sci-fi POV, so can he grow? Because the fact that he also vored his brother, the newer AI. So, like, that's probably not his coding, right? Pommy's proportion is so fucking compared to everyone else. I understand why Dars makes sure the Jack's safe size. Well, I need to make her small. She must be much smaller, but their heads should be the same. I just didn't read the text. Lamau! Lol, even. Means he's mostly sentient, at least. Because I think that he does show growth for potential. Or potential for growth, you know? I don't know. Well, how do you define him as being... Because he's always measuring himself up against the humans. It's a big theme in Marathon. I will never skip this godforsaken game. I'm glad for you. I'm happy. I think it's great that you can see your hyperfixation everywhere. Like you know, Spider-Man. Why does my nose get so itchy and dry sometimes, and then I get fixated on it, and then it seems like I've been like snorting certain illicit substances, but I can't afford that shit. Runs dive now on the screen. Yeah, I feel like, but it's like a text and it's also a video game, right? I remember seeing Mercy play the video game once, and it looked really old, like Fallout 1. I don't think I could do that shit. Hi, Project Sparky, welcome. You're hungry? Maybe you should go get something to eat, huh? What do you got in the fridge? Bubble might also be sending it to sometimes. Yeah, some people theorize that Bubble is what's remaining of the AI that he swallowed. He literally ate his brother in utero. Audition emotions a couple times. There seems to be a blah blah blah. Pomni also wants to see Jax's growth potential. Ayo! No. You know what's pissing me off in the fanworks? A lot of fanworks have had Jax crying and being like a wooby, which is the fate of all Tumblr men, unfortunately. Tumblr sexy men. But they also have Pomni being super out of character. It pisses me off too. Because they have Pomni being like a super seductress. She'll be like seducing Jax or showing off, like, you know, tugging her shirt down and seducing him with skin. I'm like, that's not Pomni! Pomni has never shown anything like that in the show. Even if she did like Jax, I don't think she would do that. I really don't think she would do that. I think at best they're both awkward and would just jokingly flirt with each other, and then it'd be like flirting chicken, and then they would have to keep going, and then they couldn't back out. Pomni is not stitched. I don't know, dude. People keep making Pomni like super dominant and like seductress, and I don't believe in it. I don't believe it at all. What nose? Ah, you took my nose! Where'd it go? Chunk of the Phantom turning on Jax at episode 2 was wild. Oh, because he was being really annoying in episode 2. Did they hate him? They're like, well, we fucking hate this guy. Because episode 2 was where he was the most annoying to me as well. Well, yeah. I think round tests for purposes of experimentation. Eventually one guy figures it out. Oh. So very similar. Very similar. Huh. I mean, it wears its inspirations on the sleeve. That's what it says. That's line in the song. Can't stream if you ain't got a mouth. Where Pomni's wearing Jax. Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't like Jax half as much if his voice wasn't so hot. I told you guys I have a voice kink. So my favorite characters are my favorite characters because of how hot their voices are. This vid needs timestamps, so many interesting discussions. Especially the part where I was talking about H games, right? They're like, wait, the jerk character's a jerk character? My head can't ruined. How did they not expect he was gonna be a jerk? He's a huge dick. It's pretty platonic, but most some playful, awkward flirting. I mean, nearly they're all incredibly broken. They're basically in approach for any sort of relationship. Yeah, I mean, even though I ship a lot of, I ship Funny Bunny, I ship Pomni and Jax. They have a long way to go before they would actually get in a romantic relationship at all. Even in the fanfic I wrote, I feel bad because I'm gonna label it as Funny Bunny, but it's like they maybe will hold hands at the end of it. And that's it, because they have so much emotional negotiation go through. My Yoshi just another me. Maybe you're projecting on me, maybe. Don't we all? True. But voice is one hell of a part of anime characters. But I have a crazy voice kink. Do you guys remember when Do you guys remember when I was playing not VTRP, sorry, when I was playing VST, the Minecraft, and I took that, oh wait, were you guys there? Oh my god, did I go offline at that point? I don't remember. I don't know if it was on stream or if I was afterwards, but there's one guy who, we were all doing the ice puzzle, and there's this one guy where I stopped and I was like, you have a really nice voice, you should sing. And I got so embarrassed. But if you have a nice voice, I just tell you. I kind of ship Pomni and King. Pomni and Kinger is an interesting choice. I can see that. It doesn't, for me, it's too, for me, but it's also because like I like relationships that have tension. Like it needs to have more friction for me. So I don't tend to ship stuff that's really like, they're just happy and like each other. Because I think that Pomni and Kinger seem to be get on too well, probably. But maybe I thought he was going to be a more quirky teaser than full jerk or something. That's crazy. Quirky teaser. Or you're playing these goddamn like Otome games. Come on, guys. Let your assholes be assholes. That's why you like them, man. Isn't Clovel quite down to that level that they're broken up here? They're actually quite adjusted to their circumstances. Yeah, they should be more broken. But I also do think, I don't think they're broken up, but I do think it'll take a lot of time before any of them would even get in relationships with each other. Or even see each other in that. I don't even know if they would see each other in that way. You have the first block where I don't even know if they see each other as real people because they're not even sure of their own realities. So I think that my potential romantic partner should perceive well, in my case, divinity first before they would see me as a romantic object. That's definitely off stream. Oh, she's full of Pecora laughing. What is that? What is that? Oh, look, I'm a VTuber fan. Oh my god, look, Pecora laughing. Oh my god, squeaky wheel. Oh my god, Ara. Hi, honey. I'm more of a tutor / mentor Bible Kinger. He knew too much. He's too old. Yeah, that's why. But I do like the Kinger and Kane ship. Because it's very, I like the stuff that have him very Frankenstein and, Frankenstein's monster, because he did create this monster, which is so interesting. So like to Kane, I don't know if Kane even knows that Kinger created him, but Kinger is his like. It's interesting because Kane. Oh, that's so fascinating because Kane is like, oh, he has like a god crisis or like a god complex by the end of episode like 7 or whatever, or beginning of it, I guess. And in some stories, you know, your parents. Your father is your god because they are your creator. In the microcosm, they are your god. They're your creator. So, and there's like the original text for Frankenstein is not subtle at all about how Frankenstein's monster sees his creator, Dr. Frankenstein, as his god. You know, so it's really interesting to see that sort of parallel the way that Kane might perceive Kinger as his creator, as his god, and his maker. Kingmaker. Oh my god. God damn. Anyways, so that's really interesting. A lot of fan. I think that Kane and Kinger, what do they call it? Something teeth? I forgot what it's called. Royal teeth? I don't know. Is one of the more like smarter ships in the fandom because it has a lot more complex ideas that it's dealing with. But then my monkey brain is like, I like when Kinger is Dami to Kane, and Kane is like, puppy. Where's this bubblegum X lemon grab? Shit, don't say that! That's crazy! How dare you say that! We cannot start taking a Freudian reading about Kane / Kinger. It's so interesting! And fathers are our models for God. Kane definitely doesn't like Kinger going by what he made Adam's Abel say about him. I don't know how much of that is valid though, because it was part of the script. That is an interesting read. I have to rewatch it to see because he obviously Kane could have been using Abel as a mouthpiece for himself. I mean, just put my head in to say your efforts have been really cute. Villain, that's so sweet of you to say. Thank you. Oh my god. Thank you for dropping by. I don't think I've been doing anything too crazy, but it's so sweet of you to say that as always. Ham-fisted biblical allegory, but Kane and Abel. Kane is so full of potential angst and herb sauce. Yeah, it's so good, especially because Kane is the cause of Queenie abstracting. So, you know, if you're looking for someone to blame for killing the love of your life, you could look at it as Kane doing it. Kane wasn't the one who trapped them in here, but you know, when you're in mourning and, you know, full of grief, you'll blame anyone. Oh, good night, Wizard Lizard, good night! Sorry, I was ranting, I didn't notice. The horror adventure heavy lifted the Pomni Kinger's ship. It's true. BSILs, everyone has them, but some are more full of crap than others. Wow, that's so good. Is that an original? Only Jax shows any evidence of doubting their existence. I think that I can see that, but I also can see that I can see the argument for Pomni still not fully accepting what's happening too, though, because Pomni is just taking things as they go. I think that to her, like, the best way for her to perceive things is that this is reality, that this is real, and they all have humanity. But on the other hand, I think that she's also open to whatever happens, because otherwise she'll freak the fuck out. They're just as that doesn't even mean they're stable within themselves. Well, that's the abstracting for sure. I read that. All the shorts, that's not nothing. Oh, that's sweet. I mean, I've been clipping. Oh, I have to reply to my editor. You remind me. I'm really meant to be able to understand and empathize with this Kane since he's straight up AI. But it's still interesting. Like, I think that I saw this, do you think Jax would like bond me? Hi, Hopper. Hello, Hopper. Hey, how you doing? But Jax, I don't know if he had a particular opinion about Bonmi. I think if anything, he might have a sweet tooth, because we saw him consuming the hot chocolate, but it also might be because that was the hot chocolate that was what he was drinking with Cosmo and Ribbit. I saw this. I didn't watch the YouTube video. I haven't watched any essays actually about the characters yet, because I've been too busy looping their fan songs. But I saw the thumbnail and for this one YouTube video, and the thumbnail said basically, or the title I forget which, basically said that the problem with Kane is not that he has a problem with ego. He has a problem with Sonder. And I had to look up what Sonder means. And it's like one of those words that it's like a fake made up word for a dictionary that doesn't have real words, but all words are fake. For a concept of the inability to understand that other people have like full, rich lives of themselves. They have their own inner world, and they have like they are the main characters of their stories, basically. Everyone around you is not an NPC. They all are the main character of their own story and have a rich life of their own. So it's that Kane can't understand that all of these people have their own rich inner lives, and so everything that they're doing in response to him is a direct result of his actions or whatever, and things like that. And I think that's really interesting to think about, because as an AI, it's like the problem with the Chinese room, right? He understands that they accepts that they are people, humans who are on some degree what he's serving and are things that he created him. But on the other hand, he doesn't fully understand what that means. You know, he acknowledges they are people, but he doesn't know what that means. He has a mouthpiece with them telling them not to leave Kim alone, listen to him. He's so much so boosting. True. They're parts of it for sure, I agree. Yeah. It's heavy implied that Kane pushing people to learn this is what caused people to ask rap, but we don't really see any direct evidence that is true. It's easy to look at Kane since he's so often on the taste of in the basement, but it's actually the cause. There's no evidence entirely what the cause is. I think that the only thing that you could possibly concretely say is part of the cause is them losing their minds, and whether that's the result of the people around them, the result of being stuck in this eternal torment, being stuck doing these adventures or whatever, you know. Kane stealing my flow. Do you think Kane is good at rapping? Probably. Sarcastic chorus, anyone? I don't know her. Then Jax eat in the final supper scene in the first episode. What did he eat? But true, I don't know what he ate. I have not heard Sonder in years. Wow. I didn't even know that concept until yesterday. Yeah, he's technically just doing what he's been programmed to do. It's the only thing he knows. He said in episode 1, can't remember which one. Yeah, he said that he's been programmed, that this is all he's supposed to be doing. I did read someone theorizing, they're saying like, CNA is not a video game company. So technically, Kane doesn't have to make video games. He doesn't have to make games. Theoretically, he's a creative AI and he can create anything. Because there's no way that this company made an AI just to make video games, you know? But he is the one who's choosing to put them through adventures all the time. I don't know if I fully agree with that reading, but it's an interesting idea to kind of chew on for later. The one where Bubba pushed him to... Oh, that's episode 7? No, 8? 8. So I keep having those sessions with Zubel, yes. Because he's trying to figure out. Yeah, because he's trying to figure out. But he doesn't. That's the thing. You see at the end of those episodes, he doesn't even process anything that Zubel is saying. Or even tries to understand what she's saying. Or what they're saying. Because he doesn't have the capacity for it. Slides you a ciggy. Thanks! I think that Jax should smoke cigarettes. I think I need more fan art of Jax smoking cigarettes. That's so hot. I mean, hi Felix, welcome. How you doing? Sorry, I've just been ranting and discussing the Amazing Digital Circus with everybody. Because the Amazing Digital Circus is my current my current obsession. It's my current brain rot. If I was caught in the episode that came messing with Scratch's head, at least partially led to his abstraction. There is an implication, yeah, which I thought was really interesting. So it shows like he does try to mess with these people's heads. So, well, there's an implication that maybe he was a cause for that abstraction. But that doesn't mean that he's messed with everybody, you know? It is possible that CNA's training came having run countless simulations. Right, but they don't necessarily have to be the video games that he's been putting them through. I wonder, that makes me wonder, do you think the earlier like adventures were probably more realistic and grounded? And that, like, you know, it's like when you have the AI, it's like when you have like a Grok or whatever constantly make iterations of the same thing. Like when you have it be like, oh, reproduce this image perfectly without any changes, and as it goes on and it keeps making new iterations, it can't do that perfectly, so it keeps making different versions that get more and more abstracted, farther and farther from the original source. So I wonder if the first adventure was just them like a day at the office. And now, after, like, it's an implication of how much time has passed that they've become such fucked up weird adventures. I think it's caused by isolating from others. Kaufman was alone when he turned. Jack was when he was pushing away Queenie. Romney and Queenie was implied to have argued. Was she implied to have argued with Kinger before? Really? The first set of images King got was all the circus in the entrance, so maybe it's a comfort zone. It could be, yeah. True. Excuse me, we're not true. I'm good. That's good to hear. I hope you have been a good one. It's been really hot here lately, so I hope the weather's been good for you. They're making AI. Why do they have a VR headset that sucks them in? What a great question. Well, somebody suggested, and I think that this idea really has some legs. Someone suggested that Scratch, who was one of the co-creators of this AI thing and all this, had all these out-of-box ideas. Canonically in the show, it says that he did get a tumor. But someone suggested that Scratch was probably trying to find a way to have eternal life or immortality because of his short lease on life. And so if you preserve yourself or a copy of your brain or whatever in this VR, that is one form of immortality. But I think it's obviously imperfect, and he obviously probably couldn't perfect it before he died. Jack's picture of Rina's hard philosophical and psychological unpacking manly dread. I want Jax to be worse so he's hot as me. ADHD, bruv. Reality, I want the summer heat already. I just want it to stabilize. Just choose. I genuinely think that a lot of people around me are getting colds because the weather is not stabilizing. At least here in heaven. It's getting super hot and then super cold, and then but like all in the course of 1 week. It's really annoying. I feel like the final episode have a lot of flashbacks. I wonder. I know that there's a bunch of leaks on Twitter, which worries me, but I'm hoping they're fake leaks, but I also haven't seen any of them. I've been judiciously avoiding them. Because I think that, like, seeing them out of context probably doesn't help at all. You probably need to see it as a whole, you know? Kager said something like, the worst thing you could do is make someone feel like they're nothing, and to me it reads as some sort of, oh! Huh! That's an interesting way to think about it. I have to chew on that. Maybe rewatch the scenes that with Kinger and Queenie. Scratch might be a version of Terry Davis. Who's Terry Davis? Rain for 3 days for me. Hi, Sabase! It was 96 years last week now. That's crazy. I do wish it would rain, because at least that means that the heat we've been having would break, you know? We need the Percy Jackson debuffs. They're buffs, actually, because I was programmed to actually read ancient Greek, probably, and react quickly to threats, so. Pomni said that. Did you see that? I think Pomni was just echoing what Kinger said, I think, in the Horror Mansion episode. I gotta rewatch it. I don't remember a lot of that. Meow, meow, meow. It's a rabbit hole and a half? What is it? He's a program rowdy who developed severe schizophrenia and wrote his own OS. That's really cool. What's his name? Let me see. Terry Pratchett. Terry Springer. Terry, let me see. What did you say? Terry Davis. I looked this up. That's really interesting. Sorry, I just remembered that I have Winnie the Pooh, Christopher Robin fanfiction tab opened on AO3. Really cool. Gotta read this later. Fun reading later. Someone's also pointing out how apparently, like, when Kane says he's been stepping out of his comfort zone for all the adventures, that, like, from episode 3? No, episode 3 onwards, all of those are new kind of adventures that he's testing out to cater to the wants of the circus members. And circus and like the adventure in episode 2, the Candy Kingdom, is the only technical adventure that we've seen that is like his own idea that wasn't catered for any of the people and whatever stuff like that. So when it comes to, and I thought that's an interesting idea, because that means that when it comes to his own ideas about what kind of stuff he wants to put the crew through, it's actually, he wants to put them through fun, whimsical, fantastical stuff. It's not like that adventure, the Candy Kingdom adventure, wasn't actually that fucked up. Like the only messed up part is that the fudgy guy, like the fudge monster, might be like, I don't know. He might be like he probably is like a genocidal, insane vor monster. Cannibal, I guess, technically. But other than that, the adventure is pretty whimsical. Okay, might be his attempt at creating said god. Ooh! Even though he's only co-creator, instead of every answer voice have to absorb everything you're saying, think about it now. And I was like, that's fine. Me just talking on my asshole. We need the Winnie the Pooh X King or fanfics. You're sick and you're going to hell. Mm-hmm. Scratch was the first abstraction. He sure was. He sure was, wasn't it? Now I need to rewatch and write my thoughts on paper. Kane makes me feel something is kind of insane. Kane is very good. I've seen a lot of art sexualizing him, and I think that's pretty spicy. We don't know if Kane doesn't have a penis, so he could have sex. Do chess pieces have a hole at the bottom? I think they do. I think so. Do they? No, they don't always have holes at the bottom. Does Kinger have a hole at the bottom? I don't think so. Amazing to show me this. Are any of us going to heaven? Well, I'm already in heaven, so. So I had a thought and then it went away. Why? I wonder why. Cheap ones are hollow. I'm making Kinger hold on. Can I put it under one of your posts? Yeah. Go ahead. At me on that. Kane got Kenshin fat guy. No, but he seems like an expensive chess piece. Well, then again, he's a cartoon version. Would animators design him with a hole under or not? Would they think of a cheap chess piece or a solid one? So maybe he can plug on? True, maybe. Like, let's rewatch TADC to Theory Craft. Stop! No, we can't do this again! My friend is the one who's influenced Kane's personality. My personal idea is that he's the one who influenced Kane's personality while Kinger worked on Bubble. That's why Kane has a grudge against Kinger. Oh, that's a really interesting way of thinking about it. That's so fun. Cassie, did you watch TADC before we watched it, or did you watch it for the first time with us? For animation, no. Probably no hole. With Pomni Peg Jax. Did Jax have a butthole when you did that whole abstraction sequence? I wasn't paying too close to his genitals. His jellicle. His genitals. Jellicle cats. Jellicle Jax. Only I found that funny. Sorry. I meant to... At the end is Jellicle. At the end of episode 9, at the very end, Kay will just stare into the camera and he'll be like, because that is what a Jellicle clown does. They do not care. I want to do. He's a Jen doll. Aw, damn, no asshole, huh? Jellicle Jack's the word thing. I'm Kane played by Madame, what's her name? Dame, oh fuck, I forgot who it was. I picked up and all I heard was static. Hi, Hiyumi-chan. Hiyumi-chan, daisuki. Hiyumi-chan, daisuki. Ne, Hiyumi-chan. これはあなたにあげる? You better catch it, Hiyumi-chan. It's for you only. Nobody else catch it, okay? Or I'll kill you with an AK. I love you. Hi, baby. Hi, baby girl. Sorry, I hope you're doing well. I've just been ranting for about an hour and a half about the amazing digital circus, because that's my mental illness right now. But thanks for hanging out, coming here, baby. Saving this for later. Stop! I'm sending the B-52! Send it! Is it B-52s? Isn't that a musical group? I don't remember. Look at Naked King, please. Okay, alright. Jellicle Jack's about tonight. Not disproving the all female viewers being viewer allegations. That's not true. Is this a real render of naked Kinger? No, right? This is not canon, is it? That's not what a chess piece looks like. Or that's not what a chess piece looks like. I refuse to believe that. He looks like a string cheese. Oh my, he literally looks like the... Do you guys have that in America? Do you guys have cheese strings? He looks like a cheese string. Especially because like the new redesigns, like the modern redesigns for cheese strings, the mascot on it actually has the exact same eyes. Bowling alley animations. Cursed. Like, let me see if I can find an image of it. It does look like a Ficello. Cheese string mascot. Oh, you guys do. Okay. Like, this is Kinger. Hold on. Oh, lady. Hi, Gyro Mask. How are you doing? I've been ranting about... we're just ranting about the amazing digital circus, but I hope you're having a good one. You know, it's America. Freebasing cheese strings is like a sport. What's freebasing? What? So this is what the cheese string mascot looks like, right? The modern mascot. Sorry, he's so large. And then this is the render that shit, I gotta switch accounts. This is the render that Sebase just showed me, but I think it's fake, personally. Hold on a second. Jellicle cats. This is the same image, right? It's fake. Oh, it's fake. Okay. So funny. This is the same image. These are the same guys. They're in the same family. They're related. They see each other at Thanksgiving. And Cheese String is like, hey, Jax. Wait, not Jax, sorry. Hey, Kinger. You still stuck in your digital 9 to 5? Well, me, I just released 5 new flavors. You think these brands go out of their way to design their mascots to be vaguely sexual? Went to sleep and saw this. Ah, thanks for dropping by then. Always happy to see you. Casty. Do you find this sexual? I need you to be honest with me right now. Look me in the eye. Look him in the eye. Do you find his slender cheese body and his googly eyes to be sexual? Does it arouse you? Does it make your jellicle genitals bounce? The purple background is the same as yours. That's not answering my question. You're not answering my question, Mr. Castifer. 10 out of 10? You would bone this. I mean smash string cheese. Well, you'd mash it mostly. You mostly shred it, I think. Do you find cheese string sexy? It's pretty phallic. You refuse to answer the question because you want to fuck this piece of cheese! You want to fuck this piece of cheese. Cheese tummy chummy. I was flashbanged by naked King. Hi, Skittles. Sorry, we were talking about that, but now we're talking about the sexuality of this cheese. I also hate it here. He's gonna give him a good time. Stop that! Stop that! Down! Let's just say jellicle genitals. We were having such a good story. Wow. Why not eat the cheese be considering eating him out? I think you're just eating him at that point. I think it's just 4, but it could be, you know. The random person comes in and sees this poll. Oh shit, the messenger. Just give me an answer! Say yes or no! Do you want to fuck this piece of cheese? Do you want to shred his little parts? You know how you can rip the little cheese string bits off? Do you want to shred a little hole so that and mold it in the shape of a vaginal canal, you want to put it in the shape of that whole canal so that it would perfectly, the cool solidified cheese fats would just like wrap around your little genitals like a nice little cushion, like a little home for you to put in, huh? You can't get much cheddar. No! Like I don't see enough food mascot for. Can we... Guys. Hi. Hi, Quay. Hi, Quay. Quay, this is too much. Just look at the poll. Answer the poll. Just answer the poll and answer honestly. I mean, I think a drowning man will grab at any straw, right? Right? That's too much detail, Rina. He's the one putting the thought in my mind. Pretty sure this was a scene in Sasha part, like at the ending. I did read about that scene. I did read about that scene. No. Good. But what you say now, we don't know what you voted with your heart. Or with your genitals. Not me in particular, but the votes don't lie. You got... No, it's not 50-50! It's not 50-50! Half of you are little freaks who are sexually attracted to fast food mascots, to commercial product mascots. Half of you are the reason that the Frosted Flakes are not on Twitter anymore. Because you furries, you freaks, scared Tony the Tiger off. He saw your fan arts of him, and he said, "That's not great." You know? You know? At the record, sure, I know voted no. Sure, with your mouth. Sure, with your mouth. All the yes votes are... I can't vote in my own poll! Do you think he likes it when you pull his hair and his skin comes off? No. I had so fast on the poll. I don't believe you. Tony, you can get it? Well, yes. How do you think cream cheese is made? Ew. Ew. Is that... Oh my god, because dick cheese. Tony's daddy, what else can I say? Oh my god. I mean, he's such a man, but the string cheese will leave. Do I have to do... Oh my god. Do I have to... must I do a ranking of all cereal mascots and their fuckability in every life that I live? Is this my karmic debt? Is my karmic debt to Karma Sutra? Is my karmic debt that every lifetime I live, I must do a stream where I'm tier listing all of the cereal mascots and how fuckable they are? Am I trapped in the Kagero days of sexy cereal mascots? You did this before? Yes! I don't know why! So what's that ranking stream? Why am I trapped in a time loop, but only for ranking cereal mascots? Yeah, oh yeah, you did do that before, huh? Oh, it's not that weird sexual tension because it's basically vor. I'm starting to think that somebody here really likes vor because they bring it up every stream. You have free will, you don't have to. Do I have free will? I don't think so. I think we are all little puppets dancing on the strings held above us by fucking corporations who want us to fuck, snap, crackle, and pop. That's what I think. Jack's not far from the cheese tree. You shut your whore mouth! Don't you dare compare my Jax, my beautiful, my sex god, to this guy. They don't even look alike at all! Do you even have eyes? What are those things in front of your face for, huh? They don't look similar at all. They do not look similar at all. Hold on a second. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. And I'm gonna show every... Why is it a web P? Fuck you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show everybody. This. Is this a web P? Can I save this as a JPEG? Okay, well, it's a little small. It's a little small. Not the first time you guys heard that, probably. Skinless Jack. Skinless Jack! Oh, you guys are so rude. You're just jealous of what we have. Not the same. Hey, not the same at all. That's just long turtle MIDI. What is a MIDI? I'm excited with Kama Sutra something very different. What's the Kama Sutra? Karmic debt, no content debt, yes. Get away from the Cheetos cheetah. Oh. He is kind of a twink. He's shifted to purple and they're genuinely... They're literally not. This is the crazy episode. Look at their builds. They're different. Oh my god. You guys need a lesson. Okay, Jax is a twink. This guy is the cheese string mascot. Is probably like a twunk. They are different parts of the bear twink otter pyramid, okay? Like everything should be. Right, from that you and Jax are the exact same. We're not the... No, he's... No. No. He's more... He's actually more... He's actually warmer. I'm cooler. I think. Why are there so many purple things on my screen? Why are we here? What are you guys getting to talk about? I can't stand you guys. Green cheese guys straight up a stick. Exactly! Jax has some curves. Okay. Why were we talking about that? I don't even know what we're on right about now. What are we talking about? You guys are insane. Does the cheese guy have legs? I don't know. Does he? Let me see. I don't like... Some of these images are really scary, and I don't know if they're real. Yo, cheese guy's kind of thick, though. Yo, cheese guy kind of thick! Cheese guy kind of thick. Hold on a second. Some of these images are kind of scary. Really scary. Is this a... It's a fucking WebP. I'll just take a screenshot of it. Actually, no. Hold on. Cheese guy kind of thick. Hold on. Hold on. Where's an actual image of cheese string mascot? Does he have a name? I don't know. Ew. Ew. He looks so ugly here. Ew. Ew. It's not that this is our fault. Cassie did bring up wanting to sex the cheese. He sure did. Really violently. He, like, literally, he was like, wow, I want to put my cast peen in that cast cheese. You know? He kind of thick, though, but also weird. You still love us. I don't know. How do we end up at another 50? Why are you guys like this? What led to this? I don't know. I don't know. They were being weird. Hello, beautiful mods. Hi, NQS. Don't worry about it. It's not my fault. It's not me. It's literally these weird freaks this time. But P, you're taking a leak. Well, okay. Do you find cheese stick? What? Hi, Kyle. You came back, huh? It's the opposite. No, look at his legs. End up the murder. No, look at his legs, though. His legs are kind of thick. He's kind of... Okay, I'll admit he's kind of built like Jax here. Hold on. Because Jax has similar proportions here. I wasn't convinced before, but he kind of... Do I have an image of Jax standing up? Well, this will be the best, I guess. This is the official one. Fucking web peas. How do I need an image that is not this? Is this... It's a fucking WebP. I understand. I get it, guys. WebPs save a lot of data. I get it. But you know what they don't do? They don't save well into anything else. Legs can't be bigger than body. Why not? What, you body shaming him? Are you body shaming him? In my year of 20... Fuck you! Stop being a WebP! Sorry. Sorry, I'll be a good pious girl. I'm a good pious girl who doesn't swear. I'll never swear, and I'll never say a bad word ever. I'll never have a temper in my entire life, because I am a good girl. I'm so sorry for all of my cussing and all of my yelling. I promise that I'm an even-tempered girl. I'm an even-tempered woman. A God-fearing woman. Don't they kind of have a kind of, right? As that webbed P, blah, 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 blah. Kind of similar proportions here, though. Not gonna lie. Tech boomer moment. Web Ps are annoying. I don't know if OBS accepts web Ps. That's a problem. That pages were fine. Why are we using web P? Because web P saves more space. It saves more space. These reports are not throwing me off. Just a little bit, right? You're so unbelievably cooked. Which part is cooked? I'm telling you, Human Jack. It's not Human Jax, first of all. Why are you like? I like this. I don't know. You guys did something. I love the pinned. What was the... Oh. I forgot. Good night, Ryan and Jerry Cheese. Thank you, Imas. Sleep well. It's not my cheese fantasy. It's this fucking guy cast over here. They both look like Rayman characters. They don't. They don't, first of all. Which one would be the bottom? I don't like you guys sometimes. Can I be honest with you? Sometimes you guys bring me great joy. I have a lot of fun with you guys. We hang out, we chat, we make each other laugh. Sometimes I really do enjoy hanging out with you guys, and not in a parasocial way. I can imagine a life where we just talk to each other, share each other's company, and enjoy it. And then other times, you remind me of a storm. You remind me why storms are named after people. Did we get raided? Did we get raided? I'm sorry. Hello, raiders. Who did we get raided? Who raided us? Is YouTube being a dick? It didn't show us. It's not showing me who raided us. Did we get raided? Hello. Welcome, raiders. Hi, raiders. Sorry, I was having an existential crisis with my chat. Hi, Vera. I love you, Vera. Mwah, 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 mwah. Hi, Vera. Who did we get raided by? It didn't show. Is it Rira? Oh, hi, Rira. Thank you for the raid. Yay! Hello. Sorry, I was just telling my chat how I hate them. Welcome. Sorry. Okay, it's really important. Guys, Rira viewers is on the bottom now for some reason. It doesn't show me. It just says it just shows me the amazing digital penis. All it shows me is the amazing digital penis. I don't see anything else. Hey, Rira raiders. It's just re-raiders. It's really important for you guys. Can you guys answer my poll? It's just really important that you answer this poll. Because I can't trust anything that my chat says, because they're all sick perverts who would love to they go in a grocery store and they have to hide their boner immediately. They walk near the they walk near the frozen dairy product section and they'll show you why there's a slippery when wet sign there. You know what I'm saying? You pinned that? I did, yeah. Was it really that amazing? Not bad. Amazing just people said perfect. Please answer the poll. Yeah, it's really important. Well, thank you. I'm glad I can finally raid Rina. Yay! I'm glad I can see you too. Daisuki-da-Rina-chan. That's slander, Rina. Really. Really. She's pretty malleable. Can you pin me insta? Oh, why is this my life? I give my life for my country, and this is what happened? Every day I'm working hard to take care of my family. I go to the gate. I deny the immigrants coming into country. I say that they're all the terrorists. And this is what I get. I come home to my family, and my family, they say to me, Papa, I want to fuck this cheese string. And what do I say? What do I say? Can I say no? No, do not fuck the cheese string? No. Because then they call me a bigot. They say, oh, Papa, you're a bigot. You're not, you're such a chud. You're so chud and you're so bigoted and you don't believe in our modern beliefs about relationships. But really, I just don't want my son to fuck a cheese. Is that so bad? Is it so bad? Survey shut arc. So Jack's CEO. How would you guys set the mood? Oh, see. Oh my god, you got Rira in one. Oh my god, nice. Holy shit. You're not cheese pussy. Oh my god. Oh my god, good snipe. You interrupted my oh silly do 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 do. How does the song go? I've never looked up the lyrics for Lilium. W snipe. Os justi meditabite sempitiam et lingueus instici. I don't know how this goes. Okay, that was a bad idea. That was a mistake. Anyway, what is happening on my screen? What is happening on my stream? I've lost control of my life and my stream. Welcome, Raiders. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for sharing your lovely community, Rira. I hope you guys had a lovely time with Rira. If you need to go pee or poop or go, have intimate relations with a piece of cheese, feel free. Because, you've had a long time hanging out with Rira. I, appreciate meeting you. Have a great weekend and rest of life. Has it been a while since we had a chatting stream? I'm not really this mentally fried this deep in the stream. I think it's been a while. I think usually they're members, which is a lot more chill. I've never been okay. 3 purple guys. William F. didn't enough. Whore. They got to the bottom of cheese and wrap. It's not. Please don't ship them together, guys. Don't ship them. They won't get on. They don't got in well. I don't even know what the cheese guy's personality is or his politics. I don't know. Ultimate intimate cheese. Oh. I pee on cheese. Why? Why would you even say that? Nobody brought that up. I linked this one tweet to Otaharu Ryo because he also plays Tomodachi Life, of this Japanese user who you can create custom items in Tomodachi Life. And one of the custom items that the Tomodachi Life person made was they made a pair of pants that make it look like all of your Miis piss themselves. So you can just have your Miis. You can just gift them these pants and it looks like realistically like they pissed themselves. And I just had to share that with Otaharu Ryo. Cheese to meet you. I think I shouldn't shit myself because that good. Oh my god, true. I have to shit myself. Members are never the chill of the way Rina. I never bully you guys. Do you see this harassment, you guys? I have 7,000 images on my desktop now that I need to delete after. This hasn't been a particularly unhinged yap session. It sure has, and I don't know why. Unhinged yapping is not members. Members yapping is actually really chill, I feel like. That's why she hates the cheese guy. She's intelligent. I'm not a bigot. I promise. Give these pants to Hannah. Do you think that in the relationship... Well, in Japanese hentai, so they have a concept of omorashi. And it is the person who pees themselves, who loses control, and they pee themselves in their pants. They relieve themselves in their pants. Do you believe that you would be into omorashi? Reno's lactose. Because you guys have seen my feet all the time. I was like, wait, what is this? wait, it's posting up for what? Remember, it's a chill compared to remember. This is true. Let's just say that it's Cassie's fault. That's all. I've seen other fan faces that actually get bullied by their Oshis. Rina's an angel. I am actually an angel, so... I was going to write, we can shit ourselves again, and then I got punched in the face by a flashback of you walking nearly telling me I was like, why? What? If you pull his hair too much when he... Yeah, I like Omarashi. Okay, well. When my business move around to this more unhinged, yeah, that's true. I genuinely can't deal with you guys right I don't know how to deal with you guys, or what to deal with you guys, or when to deal with you guys. I just can't right now. Anyway, no one brought up the Trix rabbit. Well, that one just makes more sense to me. You're shipping the rabbits together. That makes more sense. It doesn't make sense to me why you're shipping the cheese string guy. Thank God lives in hell because they're afraid of the creation. I think God lives in heaven because of you fucking people here. The roaches like you. Anyways, I'll be back on Friday. To play Chapter 2 of Corpse Party. I need to sanitize my brain. Take a break from whatever all this was. I don't know what you guys have been huffing this week or not been huffing. You guys better take your meds. Before I see you on Friday, you guys have better ingested your medication that's supposed to fix whatever's going on here, okay? I can tell some of you guys are skipping doses, so make sure you take your meds regularly. Actually, guys, I missed part 1 of the corpse party. Well, it was a very long part. Hopefully, we'll finish chapter 2 in one session on Friday. I hope so. So, first stream, cheese, not rude. Cheese here. I can't stand you. It's the heat. It was too hot. Maybe it might have been. Or if I don't have medication, you guys get started with me. Have you taken your meds? I did. I almost took a double dose the other day because it's really dangerous because I have my pills and I have my iron pills and then I have my gummies on my table and I'm supposed to take them at different times because otherwise I'll get diarrhea. So sometimes I was grabbing for my iron pill and I actually grabbed my medication instead, and I took that and I almost swallowed it, but then I didn't. I threw it back out. But then I was worried, and I had anxiety in my head because I actually don't know how it works with these pill capsules, and I thought that maybe my saliva was it had enough like enzymes in it, like it was a strong enough acidic quality that it might have melted the outside of the capsule, and I was afraid that whatever was supposed to be in the capsule would melt on my table, but I don't think it did because it stayed fine, and I ate it the next day. I assume that it has to be strong enough, your stomach acid has to be strong enough to melt the capsule, and that's how the medicine gets delivered. Anyway. The Asterion? Homa? Thank you, have a good night. My brain dead cook deal is 1001 F. Oh my god, that's a lot of Fs. Big F's in chat for Stag. You put a pill sorter on throne? No. I don't think so. I don't think so. I did too. That's a person. Did Isa enter stream already? That bitch. God! God, Isa! Why didn't you stream a little longer? Who do I raid now? My God. Oh, we should go say hi to Mira-chan. Wage kish hours. Look at this. You're web fishing bod rest. Maybe we can get YouTube start recommending. You know who? I'm not raiding him. On you whole stream. Try one of the new Taka or Core girls. I did raid one of them last time actually. The dragon. Wait, she just raided. Yo, she is string. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. He did reply to one of my messages recently and was a good boy about that. Okay, we'll go say we'll rate him because he replied to one of my messages for once. That's the cheese raid. Don't call it cheese raid. Can you guys not? If you guys talk about fucking cheese, then we're gonna go raid Mita instead. Someone must be doing her own membership stream that we can raid instead. Anyways, guys, I'll see you. As always, let's see ya. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.